Hey, hey, hey. Happy hump day, everybody. It is Wednesday, March 1st. Welcome to March already. Wow, that went by fast, as could be. Oh, well. This year's moving along quick. I hope to God it gets better. I really do. So many things going on, so much bad stuff we're looking at. I guess it's up to us to make it better, folks. At least try. That's all we can do. Welcome, welcome, everybody. It's great to see you all again today. Again, like I said, it's Wednesday. Happy Hump Day, March 1st. Today, folks, we got another sad scenario going on over in the UK. We touched base with our team members in the UK. Sorry about that. And we have been getting the info we can on the scenario. There's a missing baby, folks. Sad to say, but it's a fact. So we're going to look into that. And again, of course, the lovely Mama Bear will be joining me today as we delve into that, everybody. I hope you're all having a great start to your day. Hopefully, today, hanging with us will make it better for you. So, what do you say we get this ball a rolling? I think it's a good idea. Let's do it. Hello, hello. How are you today?
I'm pretty good so far.
Good to hear. What's going on?
Not much. Hanging out with you, and then it goes crazy from there. So, kids.
Can it get crazier than hanging out with me?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I would never think that, but so be it.
You haven't met my kids either.
Well, I mean, they can't be any. I have seven. They can't be any worse than mine. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. Kids are awesome. Kids are awesome.
They
You gotta love them, whether you want to or not. It's one of
are.
them
Yep.
things. Welcome, everybody. It's good to be here. Good to see you guys all here. Again, Mama Bear, thanks for joining me today. It's always a pleasure. Let's see, who do we have in the cafe today? Looks like Miss Heather's here. Thank you so much for joining me. Mrs. M, always a pleasure. Mr. David James, my brother, good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Donna Bayhurst, great to see you. Faux Popper, my brother, what's happening? Good morning to you as well. Welcome, welcome, Mr. Drift Wannabe. Good to see you. Let's see. T 2014, welcome. Good to have you in the house. Always a pleasure. Sunshine. It is, I think you're spread around today because it is supposed to be 65 and beautiful today, they said today. Although it was snowing when I got up, so figure that one out. Gotta love our Ohio. I guess it's not just Ohio, all our northern states weather because it's very bipolar up here, folks. Very bipolar. But welcome everybody. Great to have you here. It is so good to see you all once again. And again, happy Wednesday to you all. We're halfway there, folks. Halfway there. I don't understand. I just don't understand. I think between this thing and that thing, I think as soon as I go live, they both know. Like, let's ring and let's quack. You know what I mean? It's instantaneous. It's amazing. I love it.
I don't know if you want to try it, but another YouTuber I saw, I was watching his live, and his dog does that. And he
Oh
said
yeah.
if you hold it and you close what side of their nose it makes them stop.
Okay. I
I
mean,
don't.
I could rubbing his throat will do that too, but do you understand that I would have to pretty much hold him all day because he does it so often, or I'd be like, hold on, I'll be right back. Let me hold your nose, come back, do it again. You know what I mean? It'd be like all day long. I'd be doing that.
True. That's just.
I don't know. And I've even talked to the vet recently. He's like, there's nothing we can do for that. I said, okay. He goes, does it bother you? And I said, well, not that it doesn't bother me, but like I told him what I do and he just laughed. He goes, ah, because you don't have to say anything else. And he goes, yeah, I don't know. He goes, do you have a mute button? I said, yeah, I hit it every 5 seconds because of that. But you know, at this point, I said, most of the people in there, I don't think they even really hear it anymore because it's just an everyday thing. So
Yeah.
it is.
Oh, Oscar.
It is what it is. I still can't get over the fact that people that are new in here, like, do you have a duck? I hear a duck. You know, it's my dog. It's my dog. Welcome, Pamela. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us today, everybody. Come on in and get comfortable. Got something new to talk about. Sadly, there is a newborn baby that is missing still to this day. Over in the UK. So we have hooked up with our UK team again to get our info rolling, and here we are. I just saw a weather report Friday to Saturday.
Oh.
We're looking at 6 inches to 6 to 24 inches.
Whoa, where are you at?
Where are you at, Donna? Good Lord.
In the U.S., you got to be in like North Dakota.
You know what, Drift? Everybody has been saying that about the reverse sneezing thing, but here's the thing: is we've done that with the whole nose thing, rubbing his throat. If I do the whole thing with the nose thing, he like goes into convulsions or something. I think it has more to do with his heart than the whole reverse thing. It's that's what the vets thinks, at least. I mean, he's 18 years old, and
that's right.
He's old. Do you know what I mean? So he's like 130 years old in dog years. So Erie, PA. Oh, that's wonderful. That means that whatever you got is going to blow this direction somewhere down the road, because I'm not very far from you, Donna, at all. I mean,
not too far away. Y'all can keep it.
Yeah, I don't want it.
I want it on that side.
What's going to happen is I'm going to get angry because today is going to be beautiful. When I'm done with all of this, I'm going out that way to do things out there, and I'm going to get all excited and happy and out there with all this and that. And then tomorrow I'm going to wake up and there'll be 42 inches of snow on the ground and the plow truck's going down the road. So, you know, it is what it is. Welcome, Miss Nikki. Good to see you. I hope you're having a great day today. And I don't think I welcomed you, Donna, but welcome. Good to see you. Did somebody else pop in too? I thought maybe not. Maybe I was just double seeing somebody else roll in, but come on in, everybody. Get comfortable. Going good, going good. That's good to hear. Keep it over the pond, but yeah, right. Oh, Little Bean.
Kitty, he was in the sunshine. You couldn't see him.
What are you doing there, bud? Always coming up on showing your butt to the camera. Gotta love it.
Yep.
Kitty. It's like, I'm not bothering you. Don't bother me.
That's my Sprite, sir. She knows out of it. I don't share.
He just looked at you like, really?
Mm-hmm.
He's like my cat. They run the house. Whatever they want and do, they do. Now, see, what my Oliver would have done is if I'd have done what you just did, he'd have walked around very slowly to the other side and just knocked it off the table because he'd have been irritated with me then. That's what he does. He's a bit of an a-hole. Little Bean, kitty.
There it is. I don't want to see that NW. There we go. There.
He's like, no, Mom, I want them to see my behind.
Well, they don't want to see your behind.
I want to pet him so bad. He looks extremely soft.
He is.
And I hear you purring. Are you purring? You're loving that, huh? Yeah, he's gorgeous. Thank you, Miss Heather, so very much. I appreciate you taking the title, billing little, huh? Taking the title, billing Little Bean. Wow, you got a loud purr, buddy. He's happy as happy could be.
Oh,
Texas, meow meow meow. How old is he?
I'm gonna say about 7.
Oh, okay, so he's not too old.
No, they were basically babies when we moved in here, and I think we've been here 7 years. So
Little bitties.
yeah.
Snowstorm at Lake Erie. Someone live streams. No, it ain't gonna be me because I ain't going nowhere near that.
Mm-mm.
It blows my mind because it literally takes me not even an hour to get there. And if they're having all that and we're having this, it's the same sky. You ever thought of it like that? Like, how does it not all just? It's weird how the clouds will move to their places and do their things. Star of. Wait, taking the title. I'm sorry, Nikki, you lost me, and I apologize. I
She's
don't. I
she's
don't.
trying to say the star of the show, Little Bean.
Ah, there we go. Thank you. Must be a woman thing. I just didn't get it. Or
Well,
I'm
she
not
was
gonna.
like taking the title, billing Little Bean, and then she's like, "Little Bean, I am
Guys,
start off." I was like, "Start of the show." Okay, I got you.
I
Start.
got you now. Yes, yeah. I'm trying to avoid saying certain things because God knows that if I do, most of the time they don't come out the way they're supposed to, and then we have what happened yesterday. So avoidance is easiest. Welcome,
Speaking
Lena.
of funny things, so Monday when you were live, and I was in the chat and listening,
Mm-hmm.
Lorelai and I were in the car, and I think you said, "Wait a minute," or something like that. And when you said that, I said, "Hold up, wait a minute." And at the exact same time, you said it. We both said it at the exact same time.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Lorelai looked at my phone and looked at me, and she goes, "What the hell just happened?" I said, "He swears we share a brain, so apparently there's your proof."
I think we do. I'm telling you, there it is. I really think we do.
It was so funny.
We share one brain, folks, because I finish sentences that well, she mostly usually finishes my sentences because I can't. I freeze a lot, but and when I'm thinking of things, she just says it, or if I'm wanting to do something, she just does it. So you explain it, figure it out some other way then, because that's the only thing I can come up with is that we share a brain. So it's kind of odd, but it's okay because it works.
Yeah,
At least we're
we're
not dressing alike again. That's that was a good thing that stopped.
yeah.
Nikki
Yeah.
crept in. Oh yeah, creeper. Pamela's sneaky like a ninja. Come on in, everybody. Get comfortable, please, please, please. I think I got that. Should be an interesting conversation today. As I said, we're over in the UK again, folks. So we're relying on our sources over there, team members, Miss Pamela. We do get some info from Mr. Good Lord, I just went completely brain dead. I love when that happens. Mr. Drift. It's nice to have people over there that help us, especially Pamela's always been a huge help for us. So that's why it's so great to have her on the team. I appreciate you, Pamela, as always. But we have Mark Gordon and Constance Martin. Miss Martin is listed as an aristocrat. Yes. I'm not even gonna. I have to explain what just happened in my brain. An aristocrat. Now, when I went to say that to you guys, for whatever reason, this side of my head wanted me to say Aristocat, like from the Disney movie. That shows you that I have 7 children. Um, and it was an automatic thing. I had to stop myself and go, no, that's not the way to say it. You say it this way. So yeah, kind of funny to me. So
I thought you was going to say aristocrat.
no. That I didn't do. I thought first because I knew where that would have went to. There's a 90-mile radius search now. There's over 200 police officers searching for this. Well, as I was getting to, Miss Martin is considered an aristocrat. She came from a wealthy family, so on and so forth. Ended up with Mr. Gordon, and all the things we're going to explain to you have ensued. But in turn, sadly, there is a baby in the mix, a newborn baby, not even a month old, that is missing at this point. I hate to say what the outcome's probably going to be because of weather and who knows what else has happened. But as Pamela said, there's a 90-mile radius search going on, and there's well over 200 police officers searching for this baby right now. And there has been for a couple of days here. Weather has not been friendly. And again, we don't know what happened before we got to this point with this child either for this past whole month. Nobody knows, sadly. So fingers crossed, prayers up, everything, hoping it's maybe somebody else maybe has the child is what I've been thinking, that they handed the child off to somebody else, hopefully. You can only pray. But these people, I just don't. As when I first looked into this, I sent like the what we were looking at to Mama Bear yesterday, and then we both looked at it. And as always, my comment is, what the hell is going on with people nowadays? Because I just don't get these things anymore, guys. I don't.
No, neither.
A newborn baby, folks. Babies don't ask to be born. They don't. They don't plan to be born. They're just, here you go. And it's a privilege to have children, and these people just don't seem to care anymore. It's really sad. Wait, is Fupa here? Did I see Fupa?
Yeah, Fupa's here. Molly's here.
Good golly, Miss Molly's in the house. It is I told her I was live. She made it. She was just waking up. Her fur was all ruffled and standing up, and she hadn't had her coffee and all that, so I knew she wasn't ready yet. But welcome, Molly. Thank you for joining us. And Fupa, it's so great to see you. It's been a while. I'm glad to see you come back. We've all missed you. Thank you, Ms. Heather. Guys, if you have the ability or the want, please feel free to tip our lovely co-host, Miss Mama Bear, if you can. There are her Cash App and her PayPal links right there on the screen. So much appreciated. I'm sure she would love you all and appreciate you all just as I do. Newborns just don't wander off. No, not typically, not usually, Donna. Just doesn't happen.
Not on their own 2 feet, anyway.
No, not by their own accord by any means. Yeah. How are you today, Miss Molly? Hope you're having a great start to your day. And what's up with you, Fupa? Where you been? We haven't seen you in a while. I get nervous when I don't see you guys for a certain period of time. I can't talk again today. I don't know why. My hair's standing up back here. I'm just a damn mess, folks. I don't know what. Don't mind me. You're okay? No, that's not good enough. You have to come out and say, I'm absolutely wonderful, Dago. I mean, I don't know if I'll believe you, but just say it, you know. Miss April, welcome. Good to see you. Good to have you here. By the way, guys, I forgot once again yesterday, thank you, Mrs. M, to end the poll that I took, which I saw at the very end of the stream, and it was too late. So it's like, okay. But if I remember right, 66% of you did believe that Kate and Jerry did know what was going on with Madeline. 33% of you said they didn't. So, oh yeah, Mrs. M is the poll police. Like every time she's on it, she reminds me and I forgot about it so many times, guys, that it is what it is. She does serve a purpose in here, folks. If it wasn't for Mrs. M, I would never know about my polls. I don't know why I do them half the time because I forget about them.
Oh, that's a handful, Fupa.
I'm a nanny having to keep watchful. I have a 7-year-old girl who loves to be sneaky. Yes, they do. My Juniper, you guys know Juniper. She is ridiculously sneaky, and she's quick too. She'll be sitting next to me, like right next to me, almost sitting on my lap on the love seat or something, and we're watching TV and this and that, and like she'll just move. And I'm, of course, I'm my ADHD is a joke, but and then I look over to say something to her, and she's coming down the stairs, and I'm like, "What? What were you? What? What were you doing?" I went to the bathroom, Papa. I said, you did?" And then, of course, they have that look on their face that tells you exactly when they've done something else. She likes to go to the bathroom and find my wife's makeup is what she likes to do. She did a whole art piece on our bathroom wall one time with my wife's eyeliner pencils. It was cute. She's definitely got talent. I'm sure you ladies know how expensive makeup was, so my wife was not happy that day.
Yeah, I bet not.
Makeup is not cheap. So now I have to listen and watch very carefully when she's here, which she should be here tomorrow. Thank God. I miss her already. She comes around on Thursdays, and she's pretty much with me and my wife. My son's always here. I mean, if he's not, he's working. That's why she's here too. But and she's pretty much with us all the way through till Sunday night. And it's little ones, when we get older, they're rough on us. So it's like almost like I think I'm relieved to an extent when she does go home, but it's only for like an hour and a half, and then I miss her immediately. And I'm like, okay, is it Thursday yet? Because that's when she comes back. So
yeah, I considered at one point doing some babysitting stuff, and I was just like,
when the hell would you have time?
I don't know. Well, this was like a year ago or something, and I was just like, I just don't have the energy for that anymore.
I mean, I'm 48 years old, and I mean, I'm not in the greatest shape, but I'm not in horrible shape. Okay.
Right.
And I don't have it anymore because when I have my free time, I told you guys before, I catch myself like doing the whole, you know what I mean? So when am I going to be able to do something like that? And God forbid that I have her and Xavier, which is my youngest grandson here. Nope, forget it. I might as well just eat coffee to be able to handle that one because he is, I don't know what breed he is, because like Caden was hyper. Okay. All my kids had their hyperactivity issues. All my boys did. I had 5 boys, but that one, I don't know what happened. Like I've never seen, that's why I said breed, because he's not human. I don't think he's nonstop. Like he just, have you guys ever seen that commercial from years ago where like the baby was like on crack or whatever, running around the house, speeding through on the, I think it was in a walker. Remember that one? This is what my grandson is like on 2 feet. So I call him Taz because he never stops. And then when he does, he just falls over and he's sleeping for 2 hours and he jumps right back up and goes again. And I asked my son, I'm like, where the hell did his batteries go? Take them out now. He didn't get it. He just looked at me like I was stupid, but hey. Miss Kiki, hello. Good to see you.
Hey, Kiki.
There you go. Dark chocolate covered espresso beans are wonderful. Okay, that's good to know. I'm glad. Like, why though? I get what she's saying because I said I need to eat coffee. Listen, I don't think I could do that, Nikki, because if I did, I'm already like with the ADHD. I'm always moving. I'd probably be stuck to the ceiling. There's no way. But thank you for the info. I appreciate you. My cousin's little girl said she was going to the bathroom, but went into Grandma's beauty shop room. Oh yeah, we've had that happen too. Her other grandmother, Juniper's other grandmother, her mother's mother, is a beautician and cuts hair and this and that, and she did it there at her house. And she caught her. It was hilarious because she told us the story that she's watched. Her name was Clarissa. She's watched her cut hair at her home. Okay, and Clarissa said she caught her just as Juniper had pulled her hair out and was doing this
Oh,
right in mid cut, and she did the whole no because Juniper has never had a haircut. She's got like
right.
naturally cut hair, and it's just like beautiful. So, and she cut a piece about I don't know about that long off. So then Carissa had to go in and fix it. And that was her first haircut. So fun. The only thing I can get her to sit still for the table is watching shorts. Oh, okay. 7 years old. Give her. Well, it might be. It could react the wrong way if you tried it, Poopa. But try to give her a can of Mountain Dew and see what she does. Either it'll work and she'll slow down, or I apologize. That's all I can say. Because we did that with Caden. The doctor told us one time because we were talking about how hyper he was because he was way hyper when he was little. It's okay, dear. Don't worry about that. And he said, he goes, I hate to say this. He goes, try giving him a cup of coffee. And we both went, what? Are you insane? No, that was back when we didn't understand how ADHD and all that stuff worked. Mm-hmm. Or something like coffee, Mountain Dew, this and that. And I said, that's a lot of sugar. I don't know. He goes, well, try to give him some coffee. And we did. And then we like both backed up like this and waited to see like if he was going to destroy our house. And it actually worked. So if anybody doesn't know, if you have like, really actually have ADHD or ADD, anything that has high caffeine content will reverse the effects of that. And actually, it put Caden to sleep. I was so happy and impressed with it. So the sugar is not good though. Like, don't give them like energy drinks or anything like that, please. A shot of sugar-free Red Bull is what my doc told us when he was yeah. Is if the sugar is not in it, then it's actually perfect. Now we have given Caden Bang, the sugar-free Bang, now that he's older. And it like completely mellows him out. It's I've never seen anything like it. Seriously, Poopa, it really does work. If she's ADHD or ADD, it might help you. Do little tiny bits. Like I wouldn't do the Mountain Dew. I would just do something that's sugar-free. Try it out. It might help you. It really did with us. That's why I drink coffee, because it puts me to sleep in the evenings too. But it's weird because it puts me to sleep in the evenings, but it wakes me up in the morning, because you guys know that if I don't drink coffee in the morning, you wouldn't see me sitting here talking to you. 21 people. Can't concentrate on one task. You probably do. That's what my problem is. If you haven't noticed, Fupa, that's why I talk about 15 different things at one time, and I never end something. I'm always moving into the next. That's why Mama Bear is the only person I can have up here on a regular basis with me, because she understands it and just goes with it. Mm-hmm. Anybody else would have pulled their hair out and just disappeared, never came back. That's probably what happened to Lisa. She just decided she couldn't handle it anymore and she left. Just kidding. By the way, I have talked to, I think I told you guys, but for those of you that didn't, I talked to Charlene, her daughter, and Lisa. There was some things that went on in their family, some loss per se. She had said, hello back, little bean. Hi. And she needed to take a break and get away for a little bit to deal with things. And then she was working out of town. Supposedly she's supposed to be back in town and back to what she normally does sometime this week. So hopefully we'll hear from her soon, but she is okay. Good. For those of you that were asking and wondering. So I know, isn't he? He's absolutely gorgeous. I love him. My ADHD is bipolar. Never know what. Does that even happen, Molly? Bipolar ADHD. So I'm sorry. Thank you, Miss Heather. For those of you, I don't think there's anybody in here that has not subscribed, so that doesn't make any sense. But guys, if you would please like, share it out, folks. You got to share it out. That's one of the new YouTube rules. Um, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Leave me some DNA on the like button so that I can come back and find you later on. Jump back in at any time, folks. I love having you all here, new or old. Why does this thing keep going off? And again, folks, watch out for ads. If you see them, please let me know. Just watch Discord and you will get it. I know all about you guys and your ADHDs and everything else because I have it. Nikki's got it. You got it. I chase Nikki all over the internet trying to talk to her, and Molly's just here, there, and everywhere. She pops in, pops out. It cracks me up how she does it too, go. You guys got to see this. I mean, I'll be talking away about something, and I'll say something about Molly or talking about she's not there listening, obviously. All of a sudden, a little cat head pops up in a little like gift that she put out there or something. There she is. It happens all the time. It's too funny.
You said my
Right, that's exactly how it is. It's to talk about it, you don't get it. You have to see it. It's hilarious. And then, like I said, I'm trying to find Nikki somewhere, and I'm chasing her all over every platform we have to find her. And then she pops up back in the first one that I was in, like, I'm over here. You know, it's like, what the hell's going on? It's very fun. The only one that ever sits still that I can find on a regular is usually Mama Bear. And this morning she said, "I'm busy. Don't bother me. Leave me alone." Not in those words.
Wait.
She's never that mean. I'm just saying. She informed me right off the get. I have this, and this to do. I won't be around, so don't freak out. So yeah, I was all alone by myself today, guys. What is that icon that Nikki posted? It's a little square box.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that is underneath Nikki's name, it's just like a rectangle. What does that mean?
It's an emoji. It looks like a melting emoji.
Oh, they don't show up in StreamYard. I wonder why. Because like you'll post a melting face. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, whenever like you'll type something and it'll just say laughing instead of the actual icon or the emoji. StreamYard doesn't show that stuff. I'm melting.
Which is weird because it's showing up on mine.
It doesn't in mine.
But sometimes it doesn't show up on mine and I get the squares.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
What does the melting face mean? I don't get it. I'm sorry. I'm behind a few years.
Yeah.
Either way, I hope it's not something bad. Oh, I thought it was a hand under the face. Like, that's me. Oh. Not a melting face, Molly. See, we don't even know what we're talking about, guys. I sent you what I sent Mama Bear. I think it's hilarious. Cool. All right. So, I guess we're at what, 2021? I don't see too many more peeps jumping in. If they do, we'll just catch them up. Gotta get things rolling. So, again, Mama Bear does it again. Whenever awesome little things she puts together, always keeps everything in order for me and my I don't even know what word I was gonna say. It worked. I'm very happy with it, is all I can say. Oh. I also noticed, I didn't even notice it the other day, but how you do the whole disclaimer thing, I love that. That's awesome. You think of everything, as always.
It's like, I probably ought to put something up here because I don't know whose stuff I'm using or not. And so I'm just going to cover my tush right off the bat.
I never thought of it, and that's pretty awesome. It works. It works for me.
Yep.
Again, guys, if you have not become a member, please do. I think everybody pretty much is, though, so which is amazing. If you'd like to become a member, like Miss Heather says, jump in the sauce, hit the join tab, and become part of the family, guys, because it gives you access to the exclusive, as she put it, Dago Discord chat. And then you can really see where all the insanity comes from that we talk about on a daily basis. Because now that we're all in there together, it's definitely interesting, to say the very least. I have a blanket trigger warning. What's the matter?
Mhm.
Somebody said they have a blanket trigger warning. I just don't want to trigger anybody.
Nikki did. I don't know what blanket trigger warning means.
What do you mean, Miss Nikki? Is there something that we're gonna say, or something that we did say, that would send you into a trigger, or would trigger you? I don't know what that
Or is
even
it
meant.
just the fact that it's a story about a baby?
Yeah, I may need to handle a few explanations. Are you gonna be okay with this story before I get before I get stolen? Before I get started? Trying to renew my membership, driving me crazy. I'm sorry, Sunshine. It says you're green. It says that you're active right now.
Mm.
Okay, so you're not talking about this story right here. Okay. Don't even care. 90% of my roads have copyright. they need to for your stuff. You guys ever get bored, go check out some of his videos. It's unbelievably funny. I'm telling you. You might get confused because you don't know who the people in them are, but they're stupidly funny. I'm telling you. I can't even. I even sent him a message not too long ago. I'm like, I can't watch your stuff anymore. He's like, what are you talking about? I said, I just can't. I can't. I go into these uncontrollable fits of laughing, and then I can't walk because my side is like over. It's so bad. He is absolutely hilarious, folks. He's probably one of the funniest people I've ever seen, and you would never know it because he's so dry and calm when he talks. And then you go watch his videos, and you're like, "What in the hell is wrong with this dude? They're too funny, too funny." I didn't even get to see the new one. I will check it out later, Dan. I promise. If I can help myself. They are funny as hell. Anyway, moving along. As I said, we're back over in the UK today, everybody. And thank you, Miss Pamela, for keeping us together with this one. As always, Pamela is our awesome team member over in the UK. That's true, David. Check your videos out, bro. I'm talking about your videos, Dan. I haven't seen the new one, so anyway. Again, we're back over in the UK.
Hey, publicly buzzed.
What's up, bro? Good to see you. Is this Dan or Steve or both? Either way, it doesn't matter. Welcome.
Hi, David.
Thanks for jumping in. David James as well. Good to see you. Good to see you. Mr. Buzz, thanks for joining us today. Great to have you here. Let's see. Today, folks, like I said, we're back in the UK talking in regards to Mr. Mark Gordon and Miss Constance Marten. This is her, this is him. And this little looks like a boy, I'm going to say. This little boy, because they didn't even know the sex of the baby the other day, folks. What's up, Steve? Good to see you, brother. This little guy here is who we've all been worried about and who we're talking about. And you can tell that she no longer, well, you can't tell, but you will. Nobody knows where this child is, folks. Again, that's a problem. So they have these two in custody. This started off as a missing persons scenario. Nobody knew where they were. Somebody had called in, I believe, just a public citizen stating neglect issues. The first picture of her, I cannot find info on the baby she is on. Oh, okay. So this is not the missing child, but there is is it a 3-year-old that also people are wondering where that child is too? I think that had got.
David.
Good night, brother. Get some sleep. He just got done. He works midnight, so have a great night, bro. I'll talk to you soon. So this must be the other child that everybody wonders where that child is. I don't know. It's insane. But there's a child that's small like this that we are all looking for, guys. Just so you know, this is not, according to family, the one that's actually missing. The one that's missing is, I believe, 6 weeks. Was it, Mama Bear?
I think so. Maybe.
6 weeks old. Nobody has a clue. So these two went missing. They were last seen January 8th, guys. I'm probably going to end up reading that down here somewhere. Is that all in here? Okay. I just won't do it then. But again, this is Constance Marten. She is very pretty girl, and she comes from a well-to-do family. And then we have Mr. Mark Gordon here, who was just released from a 20-year stint in prison over here, and then sent back over there. He is listed in the prison systems as a SO. He was deported. Date of birth is June 8th of 1974, so he's my age, 48 years old. And she's a lot younger than that, folks, just so you know. And is over there. He is a registered SO, as I said. So born approximately early January is when the baby was born. So they were last seen January 8th. That baby was born not that long before that. And people saw the couple with the baby, but then they didn't. Here's the problem, folks. This is why somebody called in and said, where's the baby? Mm-hmm. And they were initially charged when they were arrested with neglect. It's changed now, as we're going to get into. Some of this is hard to see, so
yeah.
Let me blow this up here and put the spectacles on. Okay, so let's see. Mr. Mark Gordon was imprisoned in the Department of Corrections over here in the United States, September 1st of 2014. He was 14 years old. Wait, no. This must be a different one. From what I understand, 1990. I'm sorry. My apologies, folks. He was deported. He got out. Okay, yeah. I read that backward. Like I said, I can't see it because it's so small. He was in Florida and was charged with kidnapping, felony kidnapping, and sexual battery or force, basically the R word. I'll just put it that way. And was convicted on both charges. Spent 20 years and then was deported back over to the UK. So
at 14, that's
14 years old. He was tried as an adult, and who died at 14 years old? I'm just putting all my toys away and moving into high school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's insane. Yes, guys. For those of you that haven't, real quick before I go any further, we've all been recently jumping on into the new channel, Publicly Buzzed. Not really new, but for those of you that have not checked them out, Steve and Dan, the brothers, they run that channel. It's called Publicly Buzzed. As Heather put the link out real quick here. Go over there real quick, guys, if you can. Subscribe, show them some love. It's a really great channel. We all go over there now, and it's a good time, folks. You'll definitely enjoy yourselves, and bring your family and friends with you. There's plenty of room over there, and we always have a good time over there. Always. They have a lot of great content. They're very good at what they do, and they deserve to see the love, folks, just as much. And it's just like over here. You have freedom of speech, whatever you feel. You're not judged, you're not ridiculed, and there is nothing like that goes on over there. So you guys would definitely enjoy it. Go check them out. Very much so. Thank you, Ms. Heather. All right. I cannot read this, guys. I don't think I'm going to be able to, because I can't even read the writing. So this is a police report, I do believe, is this from over in the UK or is this here?
Let me pull up the actual picture and see. It was something I think Molly posted last night in Discord, and I just snagged it.
This is over there or over here because I see Miami Gardens. So it was here in Florida where he was.
It says on May 21st, 89, at approximately,
How do you read that?
I think it says 6:30 hours. A burglary did occur at, and I'll just say an address. We won't say that where it's at. The commission, during the commission of this burglary, the dwelling was occupied by the victim and other members of his family. Also,
Drift said it's a burglary and battery with a shovel, if you want to leave it at that.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, it'd probably be easier on you. I was trying to see it. My eyes were bugging out. Thank you, Drift. From the beginning, he broke into a house through a screen door using a shovel. Homeowner disturbed him and was hit with the shovel. Pretty much that's it. Thank you. Very good.
Okay.
Ms. Martin, 35, had given birth 1 or 2 days before their car caught on fire, folks, and had not been seen by medical professionals. Her partner and father of the baby is Mark Gordon. He is a convicted SO. So this baby was born out in the elements, okay, and was not taken to the hospital, seen by a doctor, nothing. I don't know why, other than the fact that they seem to be hiding from public, okay? The couple had left their home in Eltham, southeast London in September after Ms. Martin first showed signs of pregnancy. After the car fire in January, the couple were on the move for a total of 53 days before being found evading police. They were arrested on February 27th of 2023. That was yesterday, or no, the 27th, a couple days ago. They were arrested 9 p.m. that night, I believe. And this is them beforehand. Mark Gordon and Constance Martin have been found and arrested in Brighton. CCTV shows them in London in January. As you see, we have a baby stroller here. Okay. When they were caught, there was nothing like that. It was just the two of them and their bags, and there was no stroller, no baby, no nothing. Very eerie. Police said the pair would look away or cover their faces whenever they were near CCTV cameras. As you can see, they're doing that here too. In the images of them that have been captured, they can be often seen wearing face masks. Detectives also said Ms. Martin was from a wealthy family from whom she was estranged after meeting 48-year-old Mark Gordon, and that her inherited wealth could allow the couple to live off-grid for some time. The car fire was the last time the baby was seen, and I don't want to think of what that possibly could mean, but this is the car fire. I hope to God that's not it.
I do too.
The investigation began. The investigation began after a car was found on fire at around 18:30 on Thursday, January 5th, on the hard shoulder of the M61 near Bolton. The owners were not there, and police believe the fire had destroyed their belongings. It was established that the car belonged to Constance Martin and Mark Gordon, and that they had safely left the scene. In the first few days after their disappearance, the pair traveled from the Bolton area to Liverpool, Essex, London, and East Sussex, all in quick succession. The couple were initially seen with carrier bags and a pushchair. I believe that's the baby stroller.
Pam said the car fire was due to an electrical fault.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Pamela. Now this shows where they had been spotted at and when. January 5th, 1833, Farnworth, Bolton. Car found January 6th, 3:30, Liverpool. January 6th and 7th, Colchester. So they were moving pretty steadily through these areas, folks. January 7th at 9, Harwich or Harwick. I hope I said it right. January 7th, 10:30 to 12:30, East Ham Station. I'm not sure what that is, but January 7th at 1814, Whitechapel Road area. January 8th, 801, or I'm sorry, January 8th at 124, Haringey. And then January 8th again at 456 in New Haven. Then February 27th in Brighton, the couple was arrested. So as you can see through this whole timeline thing here, and as you see these red dots, okay, like they were all over the place. All over the place. And they were, like I said, they were steadily moving. They were not staying in one place for too often. Motorway is the last place you want to burn a car out on purpose, right? Well, everybody's going to see it. And again, here, guys, here they are as their faces are covered. They know there's cameras, and as you see, he's looking down. So the car, they're saying that they disappeared pretty much after the car fire.
Mm-hmm.
They probably wouldn't drift. That's the thing. So I'm thinking that the reason why they've been hiding out is maybe because, I hate to say this, but maybe because that is what happened, and that's why they're hiding, because hence you see they're not carrying a baby anymore. Okay.
Well, Pamela just said on a link that she put in Discord, it shows them walking along the M6 motorway with the baby.
Oh, so they had the baby after the fire then. Okay. Well, then somewhere along the lines between that fire and right now, something happened. But as you see, that could have been anywhere through here, guys. Anywhere. That's a lot of places to be looking. It's like a needle in a haystack, in my opinion. I would venture to think that police have some idea of where they should be looking. Welcome, Mike. Good to see you, brother. Well, that makes a lot of sense why I can't knock out after a pot of coffee. I've always thought as I got older, the ADHD developed stronger. No, I think it actually weakens as we get older. At least mine did. If you guys can imagine how I am now, imagine me as a little kid. Forget it. The same day, they took a taxi from East Ham to Whitechapel, another part of East London, and can be seen arriving on Whitechapel Road at around 8:15 with a push chair and large carrier bag. And here we are again. Gordon is initially seen wearing plastic bags on his shoes, which he later removes.
I didn't quite understand that, but
probably to keep them dry. Seems to be a lot of rain and water in that area. Or maybe they were new shoes and he didn't want to ruin them or something, maybe.
Could be.
On that one picture, she's holding the baby. This one here, Pamela? Not that one.
Dude, come on.
So it's got to be this one, then I'm going to venture to say that that's the baby there. Okay. Thank you, Heather, by the way. Anybody that would like to donate to support me or the channel, there's links for PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. I greatly appreciate you so very much, and it is greatly appreciated. Okay, so she's holding the baby in that one. So this was the same day. Okay, gotcha. Minutes later, Gordon visits the Whitechapel Argos, where he buys camping equipment, including a blue 2-person tent, 2 sleeping bags, and 2 pillows. Police say this sparked fears that the couple may have been camping in freezing temperatures. With a baby, that don't work. Here's Gordon walking with 2 bulky Argo bags. Again. The couple then walked in the Whitechapel Road area for the next few hours and tried unsuccessful to flag down 3 separate taxis before walking to nearby Brick Lane. Okay. The couple walked to Flower and Dean walked near Brick Lane at about 23:45 and appeared to dump various items, including the pushchair, before getting a taxi to Haringey, North London. Oh, good Lord, I hope that wasn't the baby. That's insane. Again, Mark Gordon and Constance Martin in Allison Road, Haringey, North London. I do not see them carrying a child in that picture. At 1:24 on Sunday, 8th, January 8th, they got into another taxi in Allison. Okay, the circle, you guys can't really see it. Let me see here. I can hear you, little bean. There he is. Over here. It's kind of blurry, folks, but that's what they did. They got into another taxi in Allison Road, Haringey, and traveled for over 3 hours to New Haven in East Sussex, where they got out just outside the port at 4:56. When maybe they were born, some of their bones are actually made of a flexible cartilage. Right, they're very flexible. That's why babies are. It's hard to break bones on babies. Um, I seen a kitty. That is Little Bean. I can't get over how loud his purr is. Exactly. That's absolutely correct, Drift. The only thing, like most babies, all of their bones are very like flexible, like you said. Except you have to be careful with their heads because they're still formable and they do have the soft spot on the top. So that has not closed up yet. CCTV sightings of the couple near a petrol station on Abbas Road in New Haven, over here across the street. There they are. Again, it doesn't look like there's a baby there either. Just over an hour later, they were seen walking along Cantor Crow Hill in New Haven into some fields where they were believed to have set up camp. Now, mind you guys, it's been, from what I understand, as we talked about before, when we were talking about Nicola's case, at some points it's been -3 degrees over there. It's cold. Okay, you can't be camping out in weather like that, especially with a newborn baby. Period. And again, the baby had not been seen by any kind of medical staff or anything after the baby was born. So we don't know if the baby was healthy. The adult responsible thing would have been, even if you decided to give birth in public or, not in a hospital, to immediately go to a hospital to have the baby checked out and move from there, which tells me there's something else going on behind the scenes here. There's the reasons why they're not doing things the legal route. I don't get it. Something must have went down somewhere. And now we have the issue with the baby as well. So welcome, Sylvia. Thanks for joining us. Okay. I hope everything comes out okay, Sylvia. Prayers and good vibes for you, my dear. For sure. Following this final sighting, there were no new confirmed sightings of the couple and baby for many weeks. They were next seen at around 21:30 on February 27th in Stanmer Villas, Brighton. Around half an hour's drive from New Haven, the couple were found and arrested on suspicion of child neglect in Stanmer Villas on the same night, but the baby remains missing. On February 28th, they were further arrested on suspicion of manslaughter, as police said they now had to consider the possibility that the baby had come to harm. Police are now focusing their efforts on finding the child in an urgent search using helicopters, drones, and police dogs. They have been looking through an allotment and golf course on the Sussex Downs, and local people have been asked to check sheds and outhouses. So I believe that's it at this point. And from what I understand, at this point, the baby still hasn't been found, folks, very sadly and ignorantly. There is no child. No one knows if the baby is male or female. Nobody has seen the baby except for those two. And obviously, they're not talking. There was Donna, I believe, a 3-year-old child that was at one point in time in her care. Where that child is at this point, I don't know, because I haven't been able to find anything else about that child. This is another one that's very hard to find stuff on because there is nothing. Okay, what we did find, it's right here. So
yeah, that's everything. I mean, literally everything Pam sent me.
Right. And this is it. This is what's going on, guys. So what I need to know is what I want to know, I should say, is like why? Why? In general, why? First of all, why are you hiding out? Why did you have the baby, not in a hospital? Why did you not take the baby to a hospital? Once the car burnt, where did you go instead of going to you got a recent update, Mama Bear, she said. Thank you. Why did you not go to a hospital with the baby? Why did you not go in yourself for that matter? I mean, women need checked out after they have children as well. Um, yeah, this is a big WTF, folks, like big time. Um, Now, was there something that happened? We know that he's an ex-con and was deported from the United States back over to the UK once he was released from prison. Has something happened? She's estranged from her family. This pair doesn't match. I'll just put it that way. But has something happened in that period of time illegally, other than the child, that made them go this route? Because I just don't get it, especially with the money that she has. She has quite a bit of money, folks. Why are they not living in motels and or just getting a home or something, an apartment? Like, what's going on? I don't get this. And I can't find anything that explains any of that. Did you find it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Can you blow it up a little bit, Mama Bear? Or no, let me do this. Key points. Okay. Search for 2-month-old continues as police say baby may have come to serious harm. Her. Okay. Public told to remain vigilant, and parents Constance Marten and Mark Gordon were arrested in Brighton this week on suspicion of child neglect and gross negligent manslaughter. Police said more than 200 officers are looking for the child, and that's it, I believe. No. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring that up here next, so I won't. 20 there's two, like I said, more than 200 officers have been scouring a large area in Brighton covering some 90 square miles. The Metropolitan Police pointed to the large gap between the last reported sighting of exactly January 8th until the 27th of February. They have appealed for anyone with information about the pair's whereabouts during that time to come forward. Finally, they have urged people in and around the Brighton area who may discover something to contact them, no matter how insignificant. Absolutely.
There was this.
Police seek to detain baby's parents for an extra 36 hours. Detective Superintendent Lewis Basford says Marten and Gordon remain in police custody, and an application to extend their detention for a further 36 hours has been made to the courts. The couple were arrested on suspicion of child neglect on Monday and further arrested on suspicion of gross negligence manslaughter yesterday. There's no baby, so they don't have any proof of anything.
I think this just goes over everything we've already.
Yeah, it does. I've actually seen that too. What I was going to do next, folks, was let you guys watch the press conference real quick from yesterday. Well, yeah, I agree with that one, Pamela. Probably because of what he did in the United States after he did his prison term, they probably deported him because he wasn't legally over there. Maybe, you know what I mean? 115 million or 150 million estate. She was certainly inherited a lot of money. Why are they living on the streets? Is what I don't understand.
Right, because they don't approve of his and her relationship.
So then they can go get their own place with that kind of money. They don't have to be around her family. You know what I mean?
True.
Something is not right somewhere. There's something in there that's missing. I'm sorry.
But he's American, so why would he be deported to the UK?
He's originally from the UK. He went over there and then got in trouble for whatever he did, and then they deported him back over here.
I thought Pam said last night that he was American.
I believe he's not. If I'm wrong, correct me, Pam. Drift said they owed the wrong people money. Aha. Okay.
That's possible.
Maybe drugs. Very likely. Too easy to be traced.
Maybe I misunderstood her because I know I was going to bed when you guys were going through all
that could be it right there. If they owe a drug dealer or somebody like that some money, they can't put roots down somewhere because then they can be found easily. So that's probably why they've stayed on the run. She worked for Tatler and had a very good position, and then also she got good money. So something happened, yeah. Here, let me find this here real quick.
These areas, and you discover.
All right, folks, here we go. Let me give you guys this real quick. There you go, mods people. What's up, Transporter? Good to see you. What are you talking about, brother? There you go, mods people. I do. I have. Okay. This will give you guys, for those of you that hadn't been following this, this will give you guys some insight other beyond what we did. They're probably not going to tell you much more than we did either, but here you go.
Anyway, David stopped off. David stopped off.
Oh, I got what you're saying, Transport. I'm sorry, bro. No worries. Good to see you, by the way. Thanks for joining us. No worries, Kiki. I hope that everything goes okay for you. We'll be thinking about you and having you in our thoughts, okay? The best of luck to you. That's exactly what I said earlier, Pamela, that they hopefully gave the baby to someone else that could take better care of it and it left it in a safe place. That's the biggest thing I'm wishing for. Right.
I'm not going to pay many around, is it? Yeah. Afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. Afternoon. Okay. We'll just go through some instructions very quickly. Just a reminder, my name's Lewis Basefield. I'm the Detective Superintendent from the Metropolitan Police.
I'm James Collis, Chief Superintendent here in Sussex Police.
Our intention is just to read a short, brief update from both in relation to activity in the last 24 hours. We don't intend to take any questions at the end of this, and obviously any further information we'll release as
What's up, PPR?
I can confirm that Constance, Martin and Mark Gordon remain in police custody here in Sussex. An application for the extension of their detention for a further 36 hours has been sought from Brighton Magistrates Court. The police searches of the baby continue, and we must consider that the baby has to come to serious harm. Detectives from the Met Specialist Crime Command are now leading inquiries to locate the baby because of the resources, technology and expertise available to them in this very complex investigation. This is a hugely difficult and painstaking search operation covering a vast area of some 90 square miles. We're using every resource we have at our disposal to find the baby. The police helicopters, sniffer dogs, thermal imaging cameras and drones continue to be used to assist the Met and Sussex Police. And we have worked overnight in conducting a number of those searches. Specifically, we have conducted searches in New Haven and open areas to the east and north of Brighton, including the South Downs. Members of the public can expect to see search teams working over the next few days, including the night. Support from the public has been vital during the course of the investigation so far, and we continue to appeal to them for the information that they keep providing. I would reiterate that members of the public can help us by remaining vigilant and reporting any suspicious behaviour or items found in their gardens, outbuildings and sheds between the 8th of January and Constance and Mark's arrest. Equally, if you are out walking in these areas and you discover something you think that we should know about, please don't hesitate to contact us, no matter how insignificant it may seem to you. Before their arrests, the last known sighting of Constance and Mark was in New Haven on the 8th of January, and I'm therefore reiterating to the appeal to members of the public between Brighton and New Haven to report any potential sightings or information. Anyone with any sightings or information that could assist the search is asked to call the Met Police Incident Room on 0208 3453 865 or 999 with anything they believe may be significant. I'll now hand you over to my colleague.
Thank you. So, hundreds of officers from Sussex Police and the Metropolitan Police have been searching tirelessly overnight, and that search is continuing over an extensive area today. I'd once again like to thank the local community for their patience and understanding while we carry out this investigation and search. The increased police presence is likely to be in place for some time still, which will include additional search parties, extra patrols, and house-to-house inquiries. We are very grateful for the many offers of help we have received from the public and for the huge number of reports we have received with information. I would also like to thank the volunteer search and rescue teams who continue to support our search and remain such a vital asset to the forces. Please be assured that we have highly trained and experienced officers remain vigilant whilst out and about. Please do report anything of note by calling the Metropolitan Police Incident Room on that 0208 345 3865 number or 999 in an emergency. Thank you very much for your time and patience today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, so that is the update, which is not much. Oy vey. I don't know, Pamela. I think that she's being I'm gonna mention to say she's being led around by this Mr. Gordon. He's older, probably intimidating to her. I mean, I obviously she went with him willingly, but she's not a mother, in my opinion. A mother wouldn't have allowed anything like this to happen and would have never done this to their child, let alone giving birth out in the wild like that. You know, that's just not something you do. I'm sorry. You just don't do that. That's my opinion, but unless you had no choice, which you did have a choice. Let me see here. This is from a month ago via BBC. I don't know if anybody had seen this, but I'm going to show it to you folks real quick. This was the mother of Constance basically putting out a plea for her to be found or to come home. So the family of her family is worried about her, obviously. Father, not mother. I'm sorry. My apologies.
Officers say Gordon is a registered sex offender. Daughter has gone missing with her partner and newborn baby, has made an emotional appeal for her to contact police. Constance, Martin and Mark Gordon were last seen on CCTV in East London more than a week ago. Officers say Gordon is a registered sex offender who spent 20 years in prison in the United States. Napier Martin, who's estranged from his daughter, made a plea for her to turn herself into the police in comments made to the Independent website.
My name is Napier Martin. I am grateful for this opportunity to appeal directly to my daughter Constance, following the public revelations concerning her partner, Mark Gordon, and having lived with the family in great concern, knowing of his past record for some time. Darling Constance, even though we remain estranged at the moment, I stand by, as I have always done, and as the family has always done, to do whatever is necessary for your safe return to us. I beseech you to find a way to turn yourself and your wee one into the police as soon as possible, so you and he or she can be protected. Only then can a process of healing and recovery begin, however long it may take, however difficult it may be. I would like you to understand that the family will do all that is needed for your well-being. And I also wish you to understand you are much, much loved.
So I'm going to gather that there's some form of a drug problem, maybe, which could be on something, and even in this picture. Maybe that's what he was referring to, and maybe that's why they were staying out and about. Thrift. Where's his ears? I don't know, bro. But so that's what I was putting my head down for earlier. I was trying not to laugh while he was doing this, but yeah, thank you again, Heather. You're a trip. You are a trip, my friend.
We are deeply concerned for your and your baby's welfare. The past 8 years have been beyond painful for all the family, as well as your friends, as they must have been for you. And to see you so vulnerable again is testing in the extreme. I would like to extend my gratitude to the police for all their endeavours in bringing this tragic episode to a swift and safe conclusion, and appeal to you, please, Constance, find the courage to present yourself to the police as soon as possible. Thank you.
Napier Martin making an appeal to his missing daughter, Constance Martin.
Well, there's that, folks. This whole thing is sad. So I'm going to venture to say that's kind of, yes, Heather, that was her father. I'm going to venture to say that may have been what the issue was some form of a drug problem. He said something about the past 8 years. And if there was another child, that could have been also another reason why that child was taken from them. So maybe they were trying to avoid having that child taken too. I mean, I don't know how things work over there, Pamela or Drift. You know, if you get involved in scenarios with maybe a children's services organization where they take your children, is it just like a natural thing then any other children that you have, if you have one put into the system, would they continuously take them from you without even, you know, looking into things? Is it just an automatic thing? Or welcome, Miss Brandy. Is that how that works? Or could that have been what they were worried about? That's not it.
Yeah, Heather, that was her dad.
Oh, I thought I had said that. I'm sorry, Heather.
Maybe you did, and I just didn't hear it.
Okay. I guess this is the arrest right here, folks, when it happened. Hold on. None of that is good.
Huh.
That's not her. Nothing here either. Welcome, Lions and Daisies. Good to see you.
Oh. Huh.
That's him, isn't it? Looks like.
Looks like him, but
So he had a job, and that's a Koala. There's nothing really.
when was he? What year was he released?
2014, I think it was. Or was it before that? Or was it after that, I mean?
Let's see. Born in 74, he was 14, so Oh, my brain's not working. 84.
2014, I think. Based on the report that we read, that was the date in there. So
Okay.
So this is what's going on right now, guys, with over in the UK, of course. And of course, Pamela will be keeping us up to date on everything. I just don't understand.
Sorry, talking to myself.
I just don't understand a mother being a mother, having the motherly instincts that mothers do, not wanting to do the very best for the child, regardless of what he says. Do you know what I mean? I mean, unless he forcefully made her not do certain things. That's the only thing I can think of. Unless she's got mental health issues too, which is very possible. Again, the father said the last 8 years have been very hard in different circumstances and so on and so forth. So, wow. Okay.
Walked away from that. Like, what?
That's insane.
Yeah, that's her childhood home.
God. If that was my childhood home, that would be my permanent home.
Right.
I wouldn't be leaving that for nothing. Good Lord. Are they royalty? I know they're wealthy, but look at the property itself. Jesus. Like, I think we could all live in that house.
Oh, yeah.
It almost looks like a castle. And then we got a house back here, or do they have their own church?
I don't know, that kind of looks like a church, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And then we have these smaller buildings here. That's just, and then over there and back there, there's something there too about the lake. I guess that's not a pond.
Yeah.
They have their own lake. I mean, look at the grounds, guys. The grass is perfect. Looks like there's a golf course over through here. This is beautiful. Ain't no amount of money that would make me walk away from that, I have to say. I'm sorry. But again, folks, we don't know mental health. And people do strange things for love. I'll say that much. You can't control who you love, sadly.
That's true.
I don't know. This is sad. I'm the biggest thing is like, what's going on with this baby? That's the thing that bugs me the most. Pookie Madoodle. What's up, Pookie? Good to see you.
Night, Pookie.
Thanks for joining us today, Mike. All inherited. Damn. So odds are is that if she was in the right headspace and so on and so forth down the road, that would all be hers.
Right?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah. With an SRO with that, or an RSO.
Yeah, right. I mean, you could have raised your child in a wonderful home. Her father in his younger days was a butler to the late Queen. Good Lord, there it is right there. Okay.
Wealthy kids do fall into the underworld. I know a few people who are addicts whose parents are well off. Yeah.
Well, they had to start somewhere, and when the parents have the money to do that, there it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, but it does happen. Again, welcome, Brandy. I don't know if you heard me, hon. Thanks for joining us. And I'm sure anybody that was ever a butler to the Queen was making very good money. I would imagine.
Pookie, I hope so too. She said, I think they sold the baby. I hope so. It means it would be alive and properly loved and cared for.
Yeah, I agree, Pookie. Either that or they took the baby. Well, knowing the situation they're in, and they gave the baby to somebody that could take care of the baby. But the way the police keep saying that they believe now that the baby has come to serious harm, that kind of bothers me. As if they have some kind of a tip on something.
I did read something, and I don't know how true it is, that they did find a blanket and some partially burnt clothes in the woods.
That could have been stuff that they grabbed from the car, maybe.
Right.
I'm hoping.
Yeah. So.
Sometimes being in a wealthy family isn't all peaches and cream. That's a fact, Mike. I've seen that in a lot of other circumstances, but hell, I'd give anything to be part of a wealthy family right this moment, good or bad. I'd make it work somehow. A lot of people would, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, folks, keep your eyes on the internet and keep your eyes on YouTube. And if you see or hear anything, you know, landlady who owns half the bids, her son is now paranoid, schizophrenic from drug abuse, private school, and so on. Yeah, it does happen, Mike. It does happen.
Mm-hmm.
Or drift, I'm sorry. I keep looking at Mike and drift. Again, thank you, Miss Heather. Anybody that would like to donate to support Miss Mama Bear. And don't forget, folks, that she's got a channel too. Check it out, subscribe, show some love. She definitely appreciates it, as do all of us. Because she's a hard worker.
Yeah.
Miss Molly, that new introduction thing you guys have seen past couple days, that was something the lovely Miss Molly made up for me, as always. She does such great stuff. They're all great. They're all great.
Yeah.
By the way, where is PPR?
Oh, I don't know.
I just seen him. Where you at, PPR? Come back on down, bro. Pookie Madoodle. What community did you come from, Pookie? I think I seen you over at Publicly Buzzed. Is that where you came from? If so, thank you so much for being here and joining us today. I appreciate you so very much. Banging tune. Yeah, okay. Lions and Daisies is from the UK as well. Welcome. I mean, you've been here before, but I wasn't sure of that. But thank you for being here to join us today. I appreciate that. Is Pookie any relation to Dipsy Doodle? I doubt it. I doubt it. That's funny, though. Excuse me for one moment, folks. I'll be right back, Mama Bear.
Okay. Thank you, Pookie. Yeah, guys, make sure you hit the thumbs up, leave comments, all that good stuff for us, please. Beandy? Brandy, we changing your name to Beandy? Maybe a police update. All right, let us know, Pamela. I think I heard it was a baby girl. They tested the umbilical cord. How did they test the umbilical cord? That might be a dumb question, but they don't have the baby. And if it had been days since she had delivered the baby, how would they test the umbilical cord?
That's what I thought, Pookie. Welcome, by the way. It's good to have you here. Who asked the question and what was it again, please?
Pookie said, I think the baby is alive and they sold it. Maybe they'll be able to find her. And I think I heard it was a baby girl. They tested the umbilical cord.
How did they do that? That is a good question.
Right. I was like, that might be a dumb question and I'm just not thinking straight. But if there's no baby,
How
She
would they
would,
do that? Right.
yeah.
Because the first press conference that was had, one of the media members had asked if it was a boy or a girl, and they said they didn't know. So there's that. Unless maybe it was rumored that somebody had seen the baby and that they saw that the baby was a girl. Then again, a baby that's a month old would be kind of hard to tell, I would think. That would be, well, we like to think that, Pookie, but there are parents that sadly don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We covered a case not too long ago where the mother did not love her son.
She couldn't have for doing what she did, and she didn't pay any attention. So
she said that she didn't.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true too. Disgusting. I don't even want to go back into that.
Well,
the cord blood if they have the umbilical. But how do they have the umbilical cord, Brandy? That's the thing. The baby has never been to the hospital. The baby was not born in a hospital.
They found the umbilical cord in the burned out car. Well,
how the hell would they do that?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense either. Because it would be burned to ash.
Didn't they find the car the baby was born in? Yeah, they did. But how would you find an umbilical cord in all of that? Was a fire, folks. I showed you the car. It was really, really burning. I can't imagine them finding the umbilical cord.
No.
That's crazy.
I mean, and maybe we're missing something, but
I sorry to interrupt you, but I do feel like there's some kind of a piece we're missing somewhere. It's not in with the rest of what we got. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just said it was toast.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that was one thing they didn't find.
We were still on the same brainwave. There's something.
There's a piece of this story that's not here. It's not in what we have. And we can't find it. That's the other thing. There is nothing else with this. Again, as everybody knows, it's hard to get good info on stuff in the UK because a lot of it is not put out. So how do we know she was actually pregnant? Well, they were seen with a baby, Drift. I think it was, come on, think Joe. There was one part where I had read where I saw that they were seen somewhere with a baby at a store or something. Wait, what if it were the portion cut from between mother and child? The whole cord, the umbilical cord itself.
Does it necessarily even have to be cut between the?
They just separate.
Yeah, because she'll deliver the placenta, and
unless she cut the rest of the cord from her body, or unless the entire placenta was there. I can't see them finding that in a burned out car, guys. I can't see them saving the placenta with the cord attached to, but I can't picture any of that. But the umbilical cord is still attached to the baby for how long? I mean, I can't remember because my kids are so old now, but what is it, like a month or two?
It's like 6 or 8 weeks.
6 or 8 weeks that is still attached to the baby. That piece is.
Right.
Okay, Pookie says they have really good pictures of the baby. Right, that's what I thought too. And you could see the baby being carried in one of the pictures. Hi, you guys. Steve and Dan Sicko support the channel, so here I am. Thank you for your welcome. Absolutely. And I hope to see you back again. Today's story is a little off from what we typically would look into, but it's a missing baby. We have to. We are, and we're going to continue covering it until something is found. To help get the word out so people know what's going on. I might have 2 kids, but I know nothing about birthing them. Mine were C-section. No, it's no worries, Nikki. Don't worry about that. And yes, as Heather said, thank you for being here, Pookie. Yeah, we appreciate you so very much. Lyons says, I thought they'd found evidence of childbirth and are now looking for the baby. Sorry. Oh, no. It's okay. No, they knew that the baby had been born. And they had, as Pookie had said, there was a lot of CCTV coverage that showed them with the baby. And people that knew, that had seen them in the vicinity, knew that they had a baby. And as you heard, when the father was talking, he knew she had the baby. So they must have known she was pregnant, and then that's when she took off at that point.
I did read something that because there was no medical care, they weren't sure if the baby was full term.
Mm-hmm.
So
that could be why they've been looking for them too, because I think it's illegal to, well, I know it's, at least here it is, it's illegal to give birth to a child and then not take that child to the hospital. As we all saw when we were covering the Welsh case, where they had accused her of not taking her baby to the hospital or to a doctor after he was born. So
somebody said, I don't know if it was Pookie or Lyons, that it's illegal in the UK to not get medical care when you're pregnant.
Really? I did not know that. I know it's not here. It's not here at all. That's bad.
Yeah, I forgot that I saw that.
You can be charged with neglect before the child's even born for doing that here.
See if I can find it.
Okay, Drift. Interesting. So we are going to continue covering this as things move on with this, of course. It's considered neglect. Right. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Can you imagine birthing in a car? Well, he's an idiot. Well, he's got a scarred past too. I've helped give birth in an ambulance. I delivered 2 babies actually. That was very interesting. It happened twice, but they never found the mother of the first newborn found. Okay. Yeah, that would be crazy in a car. I mean, it just happened. It's happened around here quite a few times. It's happened.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's an ambulance called, and you go to the hospital, and you do things the right way. It's classified as duty of care, I believe. Right. Makes sense. I mean, it's just common sense, guys, and common knowledge. You do that kind of thing. You don't just, okay, we had a baby, life goes on. No, you have to take that baby, make sure that baby is healthy, and then you start taking care of the baby the right way. And you can't, bouncing around place to place, living outside in the dead of winter with a 1-month-old baby is definitely not taking care of a baby. I'm sorry. He had to go see a man about a dog. I know what he did. Okay. I do know what that means now. No worries.
Guys, is Birmingham Live, is that a reputable news source?
It sounds like a new show.
No, April, I'm just checking before I say anything. What? A local rag? What's that mean?
Good God. Sorry. So that was a little louder than I thought. A local rag. Is that something bad?
Oh, a local newspaper. Thank you, Heather.
Yes, thank you, Heather. Oh no, I don't see anything. Birmingham Live.
Let's see here. I'll have to go into my Facebook and get.
So they they went missing in Lancashire initially.
Okay, copy link.
That's right where Pamela's at. Pamela. I'm gonna do that again today. A piece of umbilical cord in car last night.
All right, I'm gonna.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Okay.
There it is. Just as you were putting up. Okay.
Oh, did you find it?
Yeah, I found the actual thing too, but this is better. And Pookie just said that in chat that there was a piece of umbilical cord found in a car last night.
Hmm.
So it must have been a car that they got into.
Interesting. So I thought this was interesting too, because it says cops fear the mom and Birmingham partner Mark Gordon's tot is being looked after by people. So tot always confuses me because I think toddler.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably different over there.
So that's hope. I mean, police. Cops fear the mom and Birmingham's partner. Tot. Why would they fear that if that's probably the best case scenario, in my opinion?
Yeah.
Unless they're bad people that they're looking. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they found the placenta in a car.
So let's see here.
That's insane.
Mystery surrounds the gender of aristocrat mom Constance Martin's baby as police test placenta found in a car to find out if the child is a boy or a girl. Cops fear the mom and Birmingham partner Mark Gordon's tot is being looked after by people after they vanished on January 5th before being apprehended in Brighton overnight last night. Oh, go away. DSI Lewis Bashford from the Met Police said, "We can't say at this time if it's a boy or girl, and we are still awaiting test results from the placenta found in their car on the M61."
In their car or in a car?
In their car on the M61.
So they really found the placenta in the car after it burnt up. That is absolutely insane.
Right?
Wow. I could not imagine that.
Yeah. At the moment, we are still in the position where they have been arrested on suspicion of child neglect, and there is a search for the baby.
And, you know, it sounds like, based on the press conference they just had, that it sounds like they were having trouble holding them in custody. That they had to put in a request to keep them. Like, why would that be a problem?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, go back down for a minute. Just right here. She said you're putting your baby at risk by not accessing medical care. So it's really important. Wait, no. Continue. We're asking the public to remain vigilant. Please take 5 minutes to look at those and assist us in the search for the baby. In an appeal a week ago, Shireen Nemo, director of midwifery for Bart's Health NHS Trust, urged the couple to bring the baby in for checks. She said, "You're putting your baby at risk by not accessing medical care. It's really important that you come see a midwife, doctor, or another healthcare professional as soon as possible. Babies need a safe, warm environment, and all new moms are given information about safe sleeping for the baby to prevent sudden SIDS. Yes. Please do the right thing for your baby and go to your nearest healthcare facility so my caring colleagues can take care of you and your baby. All we want to do is help you. This is facts. Okay, I'm done. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I was just seeing if there was any more after that, and I don't think there is. No. So they did, apparently.
Where at, Pamela?
Mm-hmm.
Where would the live update be? I see you said that, but where would I be looking for that? Sky News or BBC? Sky, okay. They just did one a couple hours ago. There must be something. We're going to do another card rather quickly. That's what I thought, Molly.
Among the dead, 8 railway workers, including the drivers of both trains.
All right, I have Sky News will have. Speaking of which, I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was a double train crash derailment in Greece. How about that?
Oh, jeez.
Another one.
Going on. Oh, there it is.
What time is it right now, Pamela? Probably 6.
Martin and Mark Gordon, hundreds of police officers as well as search and rescue experts have been scouring an area around 90 square miles of the Sussex countryside, all in a bid to find that little baby who we understand hasn't had any medical attention since being born in a car in Bolton on January the 5th. The couple are in custody and remain.
So the baby was born January 5th.
But we will get an update, as I say, at 6:30. We'll bring that to you live.
All 3 of them, 817, 817, 818.
Sharp in hospital admission.
What'd you say?
All 3 of them. Pamela, 817, Transporter, 817, Drift, 818.
What up, big boy? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Christy.
Christy, thanks for joining us as well. Yeah, I got Sky News up. We're ready to go when it happens. 5th was the car was. Okay, so the baby was born on the 5th, and 3 days later the car burnt. And then okay, gotcha. Good dealio. I agree with you, Pookie. I do. Hence the reason this is why we're doing this. Truthfully, it's not because of the parents at all. It's just because the baby itself.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with it, hearing that they pass the baby off to someone to take care of until they can get themselves whatever they had to do. That would make me extremely happy, and I would be able to probably breathe better at this point, because whenever I hear about stories like this, it's bad.
Oh, there's no way she still had the placenta in her. What?
Well, that other story said that they found it in a car.
Oh, in her car. Okay, I see.
We had a derailment here in Florida the other day. 2 propane metal, nothing serious. Oh my God. There have been like 15 train derailments in like a month, and I haven't seen one in 48 years. How about that?
Right? I don't remember the last time there was a train derailment.
Thank you, Pookie, so very much.
Thank you.
So it was found in the car. That's what I said, Molly. I was really shocked. While we're waiting, folks, there was just a quick update on a couple things. There was the warrant was released yesterday in the Koberger case about what they had picked up from his family's home a whole bunch of nothing really. It was just clothes. So just to give you that, if you probably guys already know it, but I'm just saying. Right, that's typically what I would figure too, Pamela. And then we're still delving into the Madeline McCann. As for yesterday, we're still looking into that even harder than we were because there's a lot of things that popped up. Even last night, we were kind of surprised by that we're looking at. So we're going to be jumping back into that as well. Just little updates here and there. There hasn't been anything new as far as I'm concerned on the Nicola Bully case. I found a couple fake things that, yeah, I agree with you on that one, Popper. I couldn't read it either. Even with my glasses on, I couldn't read it. It was real like scribbled. There was a couple fake news things I got like excited for a minute I seen, but they had to have been fake. They were clickbaited on the title saying that Paul Ansel was arrested, blah blah blah, and I knew that wasn't true, but but like I said, we're following all these cases still with any updates we get, and we will bring them to you when we get them for sure. And we're still digging on other things, and we got another one that Heather brought to us. We have to start looking into that one too, Heather.
Two more from Heather.
Oh, there was two. I thought there was only the one. The Sophie. Was it Sophie? I think.
Hold on. There's a Joanne Romaine.
Or that one. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I thought.
Pam recommended, mentioned Sophie Lancaster. That's a UK one.
That was the one. Okay, so I was kind of right.
And then there was the other one Heather said was the Cocaine Bear.
Oh, yeah. Cocaine Bear. That I watched that the other day. The true story behind it. It's insane. I mean, we can show you guys if you're curious about Cocaine Bear. It's a true story. They've made it into a movie. It's kind of funny. I'll be honest with you. It really is. I mean, the basis of it is a guy was transporting drugs and the plane was going down that he was transporting, and he had to jump out in a parachute and dump the cocaine, and the bear found the cocaine. So just imagine where it went from there.
Oh. I think I did hear about that.
Mm-hmm. It looks like it will be funny, to be honest with you. But I can show you guys the true story behind it. We can always do it for one of our movies that we've been doing. I'm not fussed on cocaine. It smells nice, though. He made sure he put joke in after that one. Are you sure there, Drift? No, I know you're joking. Did you see the video Bad Boy Curtis filmed? No, and I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that at all. That shouldn't have happened. He's talking about the video where they jumped over the fence and got in Nikki's body out of the water. I don't want to see that.
Oh.
Yep, it is expensive. That's faux show. Where's Molly Cat? A lot going on with the train. Yeah, there sure is, Molly. You're not lying.
Yeah, Molly's got a couple videos on her channel about that. So
there's one. This is a new one in Greece.
Pookie said, Stephen Dan would beat me if I reported false info to you.
That's all good, bro. Don't worry about it. Or ma'am. I don't know. Ma'am, hun, whatever, bro, hun. Well, that's got to be a lady because there's lips there. So my apologies, my dear. I'm sorry. I keep thinking there's another I got another subscriber. Actually, it's one of my moderators that just goes by the name Pookie, period. And I keep looking at that thinking it's you or it's him. So I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sylvia had to step away for a bit, coming back right in time for the snow. The cocaine bear mentioned. That's hilarious. I get it. That was good, Sylvia. I love it. Yes, we're talking about cocaine bear. I'm telling you what, when I watched the trailer for the movie, I was like, this can't be real, because Heather had mentioned it to me last week, and I'm like, she's telling a joke, thinking it was something she was making up, you know? So, and I made it a comment to my wife in a joking manner, like, yeah, Heather was talking about this and that, about cocaine bear, and I figured she'd start laughing, and I'm like, that's crazy, huh? She said, no, there's a movie, hon. I was like, wait, what? It's real, Joe. And I said, no, it's not. She goes, no, it is. And she picked up the remote, flipped it, and I went, what? What? And then they showed it, and it was just like, you gotta be kidding me. Cocaine bear. I mean, they could have came up with, and then I watched this whole documentary thing about the real cocaine bear that they have stuffed now, and he's sitting at a store, and there's a thing around his neck hanging there, that a plaque that tells the story, and you can take pictures with cocaine bear. And come Christmas time, they put a Santa hat on him, and kids take pictures with cocaine Santa bear. What is going on? What the hell? Come on. Are people that bored? All right, Quacker, come on. Go get some water. Okay, now you're faking it, aren't you? Are you faking it? All you did was walk 10 steps. Go get a drink. Go get a drink. Hurry up. Or just stare at me like I'm an alien again. Go get it. Go get drink water. Okay, now you're going to walk this way now. What do you want? What? What is it, Lassie? Did Timmy fall in the well again? Huh? What is it? What is it? What? Tell me.
You guys are crazy. Oh, he's whining. Why is he whining?
Because I'm talking to him.
Oh.
Tell me. What is it? What?
It's another Snakes on a Plane movie. Oh, jeez.
What? Okay, there you go. Another snakes on a MFing plane.
Police searching for the 2-month-old baby of Constance, Marten and Mark Gordon. This is Sussex Police Headquarters in Lewes. We know that hundreds of police officers have been searching an area around 90 Bolton at the start, a huge operation by Sussex Police, the Met Police as well. They've been using helicopters, sniffer dogs, thermal imaging cameras, drones as well in the search for that 2-month-old baby. Constance Marten, who comes from an aristocratic family with no connections, we're told. First went missing with her boyfriend Mark Gordon when their car was found abandoned and on fire at the edge of the M61 motorway on January 5th. The travel for everything
Heather.
In cash.
I'm waiting for the press conference thing or the update to come out.
Frequently, often in
Sorry,
the middle
Molly.
of the night. Our reporter Adele Robinson is there waiting to hear from the police. And Adele, all we're told so far is that this is going to be a significant update.
Go lay down. Go on.
Yeah, as you say, a significant update is expected within the next minute or so.
Go lay down.
It's only been just over 5 hours or so since the last investigation update, and that was at the scene of where the couple, Constance Marten and her partner Mark Gordon, were arrested in Brighton on Monday night. And in that press conference, they re-emphasised that the investigators must consider that the baby that's missing may have come to serious harm. And while they focused much of that update detailing their search efforts, they gave some significant detail about the time frames involved with their investigation. So they appealed for information from the public for a period of 7 weeks from the last confirmed sighting of the couple on the 8th of January in New Haven. That's around, well, more than 12 miles from where they were arrested. They were seen going into some woodland with a tent. That just shows the 7 weeks how challenging this investigation has been for the police. They have also been searching 90 square miles of land between New Haven and Brighton, the north and east of Brighton. A search that they describe as vast, painstaking and difficult. At the centre of their investigation has always been to find the missing baby, a baby who we don't even know the gender of. Yesterday, the police said that the couple weren't forthcoming with any information as to the whereabouts of the baby. We know that the baby hasn't, it's believed, not received any medical attention since being born towards the beginning of January. And it's believed that the couple have been sleeping rough in the outdoors, possibly in a tent that they were spotted with. And we've seen over the last couple of days, it's been less than 48 hours since that arrest, helicopters, sniffer dogs, thermal imaging cameras, drones being used, 200 officers spanning 2 different forces, the Metropolitan Police Force and of course Sussex Force as well, the HQ where we're outside now. The Metropolitan Specialist Command has actually taken the lead on this. That was an update from the investigators earlier because of the resources. And they have been focusing their attentions in various different areas today. One, in the allotments near to where the couple were found and arrested, initially on suspicion of child neglect and then rearrested a day later on suspicion of gross negligence manslaughter. The police had broken into sheds in the allotment in an attempt to try and find the baby. They were looking at a golf course nearby earlier today. We saw specialist search teams scouring at a patch of water as part of a wild local national nature reserve nearby, and specialist search teams scouring through woodland, under bushes, through trees, lifting sticks and branches and foliage. And so it really has been, as they describe, this painstaking and vast, challenging investigation. The timeline, as I said, that they're looking at 7 weeks, but Constance Marten and Mark Gordon have been missing since the 5th of January, when, as you say, their car was found abandoned at the side of the motorway near Bolton. It was on fire, and from then onwards, they travelled around different parts of the country by taxi, it's believed, paying by cash. They were spotted in Essex, in East London, in parts of Sussex. And as I said, last seen on the 8th of January. Hopefully we'll be getting this significant update in the next few minutes. We don't have any indication as to what that could be. They did say that they had applied to Brighton magistrates for an extra 36 hours to question the couple on suspicion of gross negligence.
Not yet.
As soon as we get an indication that the police investigating officers are going to come out here to the HQ, we'll keep you updated.
Adele, also waiting for that news conference to start is Sky's police analyst, Graham Whetton. Graham, as Adele was saying there, this has been a huge operation by police, not helped by the apparent lack of cooperation from the baby's parents.
Welcome, Vicky. Thanks for joining us.
It seems there's been little or no information coming from the parents from the time they were arrested, hence the public appeals, numerous appeals to the public for any sightings or information. The dogs mentioned that period of time, 7-week period of time that the police have been looking at to try and find out exactly where the couple have been staying so they can locate the baby.
Welcome back, Steve.
To the public for any sightings, any indications that people have been rough sleeping in the area. The tent, I don't think the tent has been found as yet, so hence they keep asking people for information because there's been little or nothing coming out, it would seem, from the couple themselves. And no doubt they'd have been interviewed over the last couple of days, albeit they'd be put into rest periods because you have to do that as part of the detention. But they would have been interviewed fairly frequently over the last few days and asked on regular occurrences for any more information about where the baby is. So a huge operation, huge search operation. It's gone through the night on both days. Significant resources, helicopters, drones, tracking dogs, officers from the Met and Sussex, just normal uniformed officers sent down there, and literally you've seen them on the clips, forming in lines and working their way through allotments, golf courses, woodland, shrubland, just looking for an indication of where that baby might be.
And Graham, as always, in these cases, public appeals are very important, but especially so in this case, even to the extent of the police offering a reward to anyone who might have useful information.
Yeah, that came out a couple of weeks ago. They offered a financial reward for people with information, and I think we saw the other night it was actually a member of the public who spotted them in the shop, recognised them from the media appeals, which shows the benefit of media appeals directed in the right areas with the right information. Member of the public recognised them, dialed 999, kept them under observation, followed them for a bit until the uniform resources from Sussex could respond and actually turn up on scene very quickly within, I think, 6 minutes, and arrest them for it. So it shows the benefit of public appeal and the information the public can give in these cases like this that can assist not just locating the people the police are looking for, but even more information about where that baby might be and where they've been staying over the last 7 weeks. That's a huge period of time they've been living off the grid, rough in open areas. So they've been staying somewhere and going and getting their food and resources from some places. They couldn't have been carrying it all with them. And it seems when they were arrested, they were just walking down the road. So they've got some belongings somewhere in Sussex. Maybe the press conference will allude to something along those lines.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned how they managed to travel around, because, of course, for detectives, the first things they look at are CCTV cameras, train records, credit card use, ATMs, that sort of thing. But this couple seemed quite adept at managing to avoid all that and, as you say, live off the grid.
Yeah, it seems there's no like digital trail or technical issues the police have been able to use to locate them. They've been looking for them some time. They've been down there literally, I think, just living off cash, it would seem. My understanding is they've got access to a significant amount of cash to be able to use, but even having that cash, they've got to go in places to spend it. You know, they've got to live off some form of sustenance over the last 7 weeks. So that's the sort of information the police will probably be asking for again tonight. More information about where they've been in the last 7 weeks. Had they been in Sussex the whole time? Had they been back in London? Putting those images out again, asking for information about shops they've been in, where they've been staying, where that tent might be, where their belongings are. They're trying to build up effectively a timeline of where they've been and almost like a map of where they've travelled to and how they've travelled along. Buses, trains, taxis, etc. Those sort of things. This couple have moved around the country. They haven't walked the whole way the whole time. My understanding was they had walked significant distances on occasions, but they haven't walked from Bolton down to Sussex. So they have taken public transport or taken cabs, probably using cash to do it. That would be the sort of information the investigation team will still be asking for tonight.
Well, if you've just joined us, this is Sussex Police Headquarters in Lewes. We are expecting a significant update on the search for that missing baby. It is delayed by a few minutes. Our correspondent, Nell Robinson, has been following this story. Adele, just remind us of the background of the baby's parents, Constance, Martin and Mark Gordon.
Yeah, so I'll take you through the timeline. So it was back in January, on January the 5th, that an investigation was launched by Greater Manchester Police after their car was found on fire and abandoned on the hard shoulder of the M61 in Bolton. It was on January the 6th that officers said that they took a taxi to Liverpool, believed to have paid cash for everywhere that they travelled to, and then on to Harwich, Essex. And then it was the day after, on January the 7th, that they were seen in that area, caught on CCTV near a train station, again getting a taxi after that. And then they were seen, their last confirmed sighting of them as a couple was on January the 8th, believed to have taken a taxi all the way from Haringey all the way to New Haven here in East Sussex. They were dropped off in the early hours of the morning, I think just before 5 o'clock in the morning. And they were seen sheltering from the rain under an underpass at around 6 o'clock that morning. They were then spotted walking along a place called Cantercrow Hill into the fields beyond and carrying a number of bags, including a blue tent. And now it's from that date that the police have used until their arrest on Monday, just over 7 weeks, that they've used as part of their investigation and public appeal for information from the public, asking anyone if they're out walking in the areas between East Haven and Brighton, if they discovered something, if they've seen anything over that period of time, over the 7 weeks, that's been suspicious. And they have reiterated that appeal a number of times over the last couple of days. And particularly, they wanted to find out any information about where they may have been sleeping. They believed to have been sleeping rough in the outdoors. Of course, they were spotted with a blue tent. And then from then on, the investigation has passed from Essex Police over to the Metropolitan Police, because that's what happened, because it was confirmed that the couple had travelled to East London. Several public appeals, and obviously they are now working in conjunction with Sussex Police, where the couple have been arrested. But it's the Metropolitan Police Specialist Command Unit that has been leading on this particular investigation, because of the resources that they have, the technology and the expertise available to them, as the police earlier put it in their update, in how they described our very complex investigations.
What's
and that
up, Darren? Welcome.
has been the case with this one so far. Those 7 weeks, it's a long period of time to have to focus your investigations, and over their search in any case has been over 90 square miles. So when they describe it, you can understand as painstaking and difficult, very challenging.
Can you tell I'm bored?
Particularly for gathering any evidence as part of their search for finding this missing baby, a baby who, by the way, we don't know the gender of, because yesterday the police had said that the couple were not forthcoming with any information as to the baby's whereabouts. Just to remind you that they were arrested in Brighton at 9:30 p.m. On Monday night, after a member of the public
thing is awesome.
spotted them in a nearby shop. And then from the people that we've spoken to,
they're just babbling at the moment.
And then called 999, and they were subsequently
this is all stuff we
arrested
know
on suspicion of child neglect, and then further rearrested on suspicion of gross negligence manslaughter. We heard as well that the investigators had applied to a magistrate in Brighton for extra time to question the couple.
This is live. It should be live now. Oh, we're gonna do it.
And really, the central message of their updates earlier wouldn't have been what you describe as significant, which is what we're about to expect. It was really concentrating on the search efforts and the area that they were looking at, and that real public appeal, and an appeal for the public to be vigilant. They even said looking into sheds, outhouses, gardens, for anything out of the ordinary. We are acting it imminently, this significant update. Probably, obviously, running a little bit late, but we'll keep you updated.
Yes, as Adele was saying, this has very much been a joint operation by Sussex Police and the Met Police. We're hearing shortly from Chief Superintendent James Collis of Sussex Police, Detective Superintendent Lewis.
Thank you, Ms. Heather.
The Met, our police analyst Graham Wetton.
Anybody that would like to donate to support the channel to keep it running, folks, please do.
The couple were
there
arrested
is the
on
Venmo,
Monday,
Cash App,
the
and
police
PayPal.
Question them
Thank you so very much.
Indefinitely, without any new evidence. What is the procedure when it comes to interviewing someone after they've been arrested, and how long they can be detained for?
We saw that on the first time. They were arrested about 9:30 in the evening on Monday. Their relevant time, so the time their detention clock starts, is their arrival at the first police station. So it's probably been around, I'm guessing, how long it takes them to travel to the nearest police station where the custody facilities are. So it's probably about 10 o'clock they would start. 24 hours then is the initial detention period. After that, you get a superintendent's authority to extend that detention. And then the police actually announced yesterday there was going to be a warrant of further detention. That's done at the Magistrates' Court. So we've gone to Brighton Magistrates' Court probably this morning, applied for a warrant of further detention. That gives
it doesn't make sense. If they were charged with manslaughter, that should be enough to hold them, right? You're muted, hon.
Sorry. You would think, but But I guess if they don't have any evidence.
Well, then how did they charge him if they have no evidence?
I don't know.
Right? See, it doesn't make sense. It don't make sense. Looks like Stevie Boy is a meatball. Well, congratulations, brother. Welcome to the club. Publicly buzzed. We got meatballs now.
Woo!
Buzzed meatballs. That's awesome. Thanks a lot, brother. I appreciate you so very much, and welcome to the fam. Oh, my God. Where are they? What is the delay? Oh, no. You know what? Remember the last time we went through this, the delay, and it was when they had found Nikki's body? It makes me think something now.
Yeah.
Damn it. I hope it's not that. Would you quit your whining? What do you want?
Yeah, like Nikki said, brace yourselves, y'all. They can't charge for manslaughter without evidence or a body.
Well, they charged yesterday with that. Or was it? Yeah, it was yesterday. And there's no baby, so they obviously have some sort of evidence. Maybe it had something to do with the placenta thing.
Yeah,
Come here.
I don't know.
Come here. Come on.
Steve, I made those meatballs.
Good Lord, you're a pain in the ass.
Oscar.
There.
So cute.
Say hi. Over here.
Hi, Oscar.
Say
Hi,
hello.
Oscar. He's like, no, I'm going to be shy.
You're whining and crying and barking. You wanted all this attention here. They can all see you now. You gonna talk to them? Are you gonna talk to them?
Oscar.
You gonna say something other than quacking? What do you want?
He's cute.
What do you want? What did you want?
See, I want you to hold me. I'm happy. I got what I wanted.
Are you being good? You lazy boy. Are you lazy boy? Are you lazy? Yeah, this is my wife's pup. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. You went down now? Did you get what you wanted? Or you want to go up there? Is that what you wanted? Oh, careful. That's what you wanted? You're a lazy little shit. You know that? You could have got up. He wanted to get up on the back of the couch, and his hips are. It's not that he's lazy. It's just he's old. Yes. Welcome to the fam, Stevie. Appreciate you, brother. We really do.
Thank you, Sylvia. It was fun.
What's that?
She said, good job on the meatballs. The emojis that I made.
She did it. She did a great job. She did for sure. Not found. I agree, Vicky. I really do. By the way, welcome, Vicky. It's good to have you here. I'm really praying that maybe they just gave the baby to somebody to take care of. That's hopefully what is going on. Because they knew they couldn't, being out the way they were. I pray to God that's what it was. But I would think that if that happened, that person would have taken the baby to a hospital or a doctor or something. You know what I'm saying? And I think that they would have known about that. So I have a bad feeling. Oh, yeah. All my mods got skills, bro. Miss Molly, she does all my intros and stuff. Heather makes all the... Well, Heather and Mama Bear both, they make the title pages for the movie things I do. Miss Nikki does that with the movie things too. They're all super talented. The only one that's not talented is me. Figure that out. This is why they're here. Howdy doody. Who's howdy doody? Put some more eyes on it. Yeah, anybody you think would be interested in jumping over here and hanging out, send them this way, bro.
Put it on Twitter with hashtags.
That's cool. Right here with the channel. Well, I appreciate that, buddy. I do. Just like you did with us to your channel. Boy, you guys had one hell of a night the other night, I'll bet. When we were all in there with David and everything, I hope that turned out well for you guys. We had a good time that night for sure. You had gone to bed. Or were you in there? You were in there for a little while, weren't you, Mom Bear?
Yeah, I was in there for a little bit. Then was that the night that I did the $5?
Yes. Yeah. Because David went and bought 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 or 30 memberships.
Aw, that's cool.
And was gifting them. You know how David, he'll get in his moods and he just starts going. I think he donated, or he super chatted a couple $100 too. I mean, he was going off in there for a while. We had a good time there. Everybody was having fun. It was a good, like I said, it's a fun channel. We had a blast over there.
Yeah, it was fun that night. Pookie, no, Mountain Mama and I are two different people.
Oh, yeah, for sure. She is Mama Bear, and Mountain Mama is completely different. Yeah. We love you too, Sylvia, and appreciate you being here for sure. 100%. Oh my God, you guys, what is taking so long? This is bad. This makes me nervous, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, because I'm going to have to hop off here in like 7 minutes.
Yeah, I hope I don't have to give you bad news when you come back. That is Abbey Road. I never thought of that. That's Abbey Road right there, folks. Pretty cool. Oh, no worries, bro. Whenever you're ready, we'll do it. No worries. Yeah, David does get a little crazy. He's a good guy, though. He had fun with it. He's a really, really good dude. He's got a great heart. He loves helping new channels. He loves helping people, period. So he enjoyed himself, that's for sure. Oh my God. Come on, come on. There's a lot of flat land like this over there. You notice that when we were doing Nikki's case?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these open fields like this. It's a lot of ground to cover. It's supposed to be 65 and sunny today. Okay, well, Nikki, I'll check it out. Well, they showed them a little bit ago. They were checking different water outlets and stuff like that. So that says something that makes me a bit nervous, that they think something for a reason. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, Pamela, there's a lot. I mean, it's all beautiful. It really is. I'd absolutely love to see it. That and Ireland, two places I've always wanted to see. So much countryside.
Well, have fun, Steve.
All right. Thanks for jumping in, brother. I appreciate seeing you over here. Thanks for the support. So much appreciated.
Yes, thank you.
As soon as he leaves, they're going to do the thing. You know that, right?
Right.
Lincolnshire. Okay. We got a lot of UKers in here, guys. I'm super proud of that, too. I appreciate you guys so very much.
Well, I'm glad that we were here for you, Sylvia.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Fam is family. Family is family, sorry. I wish there was more. Everything will come back. I have a feeling it's all going to... Now what happened? Boats and diggers are being used to clear tons of rubbish from... Okay. I have a feeling it's all going to come back good for you, Sylvia. Fat baby Toodles. Welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. It's the waiting game right now. My apologies.
Yeah.
I love these names. Pookie Madoodle, Fat Baby Toodle. You guys are a trip. I love it. Welcome, though. It's great to have you here for sure. Yeah, I've always wanted to see coming on now.
Coming on now.
Oh, I hope so. Here we go. I see him. All right, here we go, guys. Sorry for the wait, everybody.
Let's get that police update from Sussex Police Headquarters.
Detective Superintendent from the Metropolitan Police.
I'm James Collis. I'm the Chief Superintendent here in Sussex Police.
We intend to read out some short statements and we won't be taking questions at the end. It is my very sad duty to update this afternoon. Police officers searching a wooded area close to where Constance and Mark Gordon were arrested discovered the remains of a baby. A post-mortem examination will be held in due course. A crime scene is in place and work at the location is expected to continue for some time. This is an outcome that myself and that many officers who have been part of this search had hoped would not happen. I recognise the impact this news will have on the many people who have been following the story closely and can assure them that we will do everything we possibly can to establish what has happened. Constance, Martin, and the extension for a further 36 hours was sought and granted by Brighton Magistrates Court. It is imperative now that the media and members of the public refrain from speculation and comments online that could be prejudicial to the potential court proceedings. No further information about the discovery will be shared at this time. I ask again that anyone with information that could support the investigation should call the incident room on 0208 345 3854. I'd just like to thank the media, the public, and our policing colleagues in Sussex for their continued support.
Thank you. I would first and foremost like to extend my heartfelt condolences on behalf of Sussex Police to the wider family of the baby at this time. I understand that the conclusion of this search will be heartbreaking for the local community and the wider public who have been impacted by and so supportive of this search and the investigation from the outset. I would like to thank again the public, including the member of public whose information led to the arrests, the huge number of people who came forward with information, and those that have volunteered to assist with the searches. We continue to support the Metropolitan Police investigation and also the wider community as we all come to terms with this tragedy. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much.
an update there from Sussex Police saying that they are delivering, of course, the very sad news that they have found the remains of a baby after Constance Marten and Mark Gordon were arrested. Detectives had feared that the baby, which was missing, may have come to serious harm as they carried out an enormous search for the baby, which was just 2 months old. And of course, as we have now just heard, the police have found the remains of that baby, having searched a huge area in the last 2 days. Now we can cross live to our correspondent Adele Robinson, who is there in Lewis for us. Hello to you, Adele. Certainly it was the news that many dreaded. What more can you tell us from what you heard just now at that press conference?
Yeah, well, it was the news that no one wanted to hear, but everyone.
Go, I gotta go.
The police confirming that they have found the
All right,
remains
thank
of a
you,
baby
Mama Bear.
in a
I'll talk
wooded
to you.
area where the couple were
Bye, guys.
night in Brighton. They were arrested at 9:30 p.m. after a member of the public who was thanked here today by the police spotted them in a nearby shop and we believe followed them and dialed 999. Today we've seen extensive searches, this second day of searches, less than 48 hours since the couple were arrested, into the wider area, the nearby golf course, the allotments near to where they were arrested, and a nature reserve. 90 square miles was the vast search area that police officers from Sussex Police and the Metropolitan Police Service had concentrated their efforts. As I said, we've had confirmation that they have found the remains of a baby in a wooded area. They say that a crime scene is now in place and will be in place for some time ahead. This is the outcome, as they said, that they did not want to see happen. The police officers here tonight describing it as heartbreaking, sending out their condolences to the wider family of that baby, and also saying that they were going to be doing a promise, if you like, to do everything they can to understand and find out what happened to that baby, what had led to its death. They also said that their application to a magistrate in Brighton earlier today for extra time to question the couple, Constance
They don't
Marten
need it now, I don't
Mark
think.
Gordon, an extra 36 hours had been granted. They are currently being questioned on suspicion of gross negligence manslaughter. Remember, they were first arrested at 9:30 p.m. on Monday night on suspicion of child neglect.
In the woods,
a day
Pookie.
later, yesterday, that charge, or that they were arrested on.
They
on
found
suspicion
remains in a
was
wooded area, Pookie. I'm
upgraded
sorry.
to gross negligence manslaughter. What they did ask was for the public and the media not to speculate on what may have happened in this case, not wanting to prejudice any future proceedings. But they did thank the media and the public as well for the huge efforts that the public have made to get in touch with information. As I said, they thanked the member of the public who had spotted the couple on Monday night and dialed 999, leading to their arrest. And they also said that that crime scene, again, would be remaining in place for some time to come. The search we've seen over the last less than 48 hours has been, as described earlier, painstaking,
Welcome,
complicated,
Kim.
difficult, challenging. We haven't seen the couple for over 50 days. The investigation started in,
sorry, Pookie,
in
I'm
Bolton.
sorry.
And as we have it, it is ended now in the discovery of the couple and that heartbreaking news that their baby has been found, the remains of their baby has been found in wooded area in Brighton. So the investigation continues, and this evening the couple remain in custody.
Okay, Adele Robinson there for us in Lewis. And for anyone just tuning in, we are reacting to the news that we've just had from Sussex Police that the remains of a baby has been found after Constance Marten and her partner Mark Gordon were arrested earlier this week, having...
All right, enough. My apologies, everyone. Sadly, that's not the outcome that I had hoped for. I'm going to continue to follow this because there's obviously going to be some sort of a trial. I don't even know what to say. I'm disgusted. I'm nauseated. I just don't get it. I don't know what happened as of now, but anybody would have taken that child from them and done the right thing. And that's all it had to be, was the right thing. That was not the right thing, whatever it was that went down, folks. So sad and bad news, folks. I had hoped that it wasn't going to be that, but sadly it was. And, thank you all for being here to talk about this case. I didn't realize that they would be finding the baby so soon. I'm glad they did. I'll be honest with you. I'm glad they did. Pretty graphic, Pookie. Let's tell us how you really feel. But I understand, guys. I'm just as angry. I really am. It doesn't make any sense to me. None of this kind of stuff ever does. It's all good, Pookie. I understand completely. That's my question, Toodles. I'd really like to know, like, what goes through people's minds nowadays, especially because none of this stuff, it just, like, so many things are so different than what they used to be. Do you know what I mean? And I just don't understand it anymore. I really don't understand it anymore. Absolutely, Vicky. I would have it no other way. I can only imagine that, Molly. I can't see any other option with it. It doesn't make any sense otherwise. You know what I mean? Right. No, I understand, Nikki. I understand. I do. I absolutely do. Very sad day, folks. Very sad day. So many. There's just so much negativity. It's beyond ridiculous at this point. We need to start seeing some positive things going down and all over the place, guys. Over here in the United States, over in the UK, in Ireland, everywhere, China, Russia. We need to start seeing some positivity somewhere. It's not good. Not at all. Again, I'm sorry, everyone, that was the outcome. As far as this case, we know the outcome of it now. I am going to follow any trial because I kind of want answers myself as to what happened and why and what the hell, So we will keep up with it as we have been with all the other cases we're still covering. We're still looking into, of course, Nikki Bully's case, or Nicola Bully's. Sorry. Of course, we're still following the Idaho 4 case, and we have a couple more we're going to be popping up here soon. I feel like, in this circumstance that and I can't say for sure until any of us know that for whatever reason, I feel like this Mark Gordon, that it has something to do with him, and it's not as much Constance's, her doings. I know that sounds ridiculous, but because they were together. But for whatever reason, I feel like if she wouldn't have been with him, that this may not have happened, if that makes any sense. I can imagine, Nikki. I can. I don't know, folks. It's a very sad scenario. Another one. Don't know. Manslaughter now. And okay, so will that change? That's my question, Pamela. Do they have to do a whole post-mortem scenario on the baby to change the charge, or will the charge just change to murder automatically? Because I thought that that's what the manslaughter charge was. I mean, that's kind of where I'm feeling, Pookie. You know what I mean? Or because the baby hadn't been taken to the hospital, or for any, post care, that there could have been something wrong with the baby, and the baby just passed in its sleep, and this is what they did. I'm not going to go into that, Nikki, because I don't know. We don't know, and I don't want to say that right now. That's what I want to know, is how the baby died and why. You know what I mean? That's what I want to know. At this point, I kind of need to know that after doing this. Honest with you. Baby was between 6 and 8 weeks old, fat baby. Well, the baby was born January 5th, so 6 weeks. That we don't know yet, Pamela. I'm sure we'll get all of that after the post-mortem is performed. So they found remains, that says a lot by itself. It doesn't, what's left. I hope that I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it.
Or new documents are shedding more light on
this. It just disgusts me. It really does. Completely and totally disgusts me. Yeah, it was a newborn baby, Toodles. It really was. Baby was born January 5th. And then there was a vehicle fire. The vehicle they were in, January 8th, and then they took off. That was the last time they were seen. And when they walked off, they had the baby in their hands. When they were seen walking on the freeway from the fire, they had the baby with them. So then they were spotted in a few other places, and then they were arrested on the 27th for neglect. And then when they realized they didn't have the baby and they weren't talking about it, then the neglect went to a charge of manslaughter or neglect, however you say that. And now at this point, he was definitely a predator. He did 20 years in prison from the age of 14 until, he was just released in, I think, 2014. So, and that was because he's a RSO. In a sense, Nikki, I could state that too. They should have kept him, or they should have done something else to him. But you got to go by the law, and you can't do anything else. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm not understanding, is because where she comes from, she comes from a very well-to-do family, very well-to-do. And obviously her family loves her because her father made a plea for her to turn herself in, to come back, and I'm guessing that there was some form of a drug problem, possibly. That's all I can think. I think it was his, Toodles. I think it was his child. God. Yes, and her father did too, Pamela. I don't know if you saw me play that. They both did. Their family obviously cares about her and wanted her to come back or to turn herself in or whatever the deal was. And now we're at this point, you know. So I don't know, guys. Oh, that is true. Definitely true, Nikki. Sorry, guys. Absolutely, Sylvia. Absolutely. I didn't expect this to be the outcome for today. I had hoped that they were going to find the baby soon, but I just didn't think it was going to be quite that soon. And I was hoping that it wasn't going to be this outcome, you know, honestly. I was really hoping and praying that they had just handed the baby off to somebody else to take care of because they knew they couldn't at this time. And at this point, you know, it's just not good. So at this point now, we need to move on to the next level. Thank you again, Miss Heather. I appreciate you. At this point, we just need to move on to the next level. And you know, we can't change this now. Okay. That being said, you know, all we can do is pray and send our condolences to the family of her family, I should say, and send good vibes and thoughts to, you know, to them. Thank you. If anybody would like to give a call in, if you have any comments, thoughts, theories, anything, please feel free. The number is 234-703-4047. I'd love to hear from you guys for sure. For those of you that can, obviously, a lot of you guys that are over the pond over there, you're not going to be able to do it, I'm sure. So I understand. I absolutely understand. But for those of you that would like to, please feel free. That's kind of my thought too, Pamela. I still would like to know the scenario. If they'd have done the right thing from the beginning, this may not have been where we ended up at. You know, I have to say that, sadly. I'm just nauseous. I'm nauseous now. I'm sick to my stomach. Unbelievable. Again, my apologies to anybody that this is affecting, you know, which it's affecting all of us, obviously. We're all human beings and we all hope for the best in these situations. And sadly, it just didn't happen. Didn't happen. All you can say now, guys, is a prayer for the baby and for the family, and just pray to God that justice serves and they get true justice for this child, and we find out what happened. That's all we can do from here. I mean, I don't really even know what to say, and this is just, I'm just so floored right now. I had a bad feeling. I did. You know, I get these feelings about things, and I had a bad feeling, but I was hoping and praying that it was wrong and that this isn't what was going to happen. You know, I kind of knew, I hate to say that, but I really did kind of know that we were going to end up getting some kind of bad news like this. But, you know, you can always hold on to hope and pray to God and all that fun stuff, thinking that it's going to be something good, you know? Oh, absolutely, Darian. I'm sure it is. It is shocking for us to have to see these kinds of things, but we see these things so often now, guys. You know, it's a sad, sad day, but it's the regular nowadays, folks. There's so much of this stuff going on that I'm not overly shocked. I'm very sad, but I'm not really shocked, you know? And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't think a lot of you guys are either. You know, you may say you're shocked about it, but I don't think you are. I think we all know that society nowadays, these things, when it comes down to it, these things happen, guys. They really do. A lot more than we would hope for them to happen, but you know, and that's why I always say that it's up to us as a people to stand up and make a change and to try to send the positivity out that as much of it as we can to give for other people to get a hold of. You know, I know this sounds redundant and ridiculous, but I don't even know what else to say. I know that, you know, I've read and I've heard that the drug problems over there are just as bad as they are here, and in some senses they're worse, you know. And I just have a bad feeling that this is drug related in a lot of senses. This whole story, I feel like it is. Yeah, something. If they needed, you know, if they needed money for drugs or whatever, this and that, just take the baby somewhere and I'll give you the money. You know, that's kind of how I feel. If you'll bring that baby to me so that I can make sure that that baby's safe, then here's some money. Go do whatever you think you need to do, and the baby will be taken care of, rather than just letting things like this happen. That's what makes me sick about this. It's pretty much the same fat baby. You know, they go through the same things we do over here. So it's just a sad day, and it's something that was senseless and did not have to happen. That's the sad part. That's what it is, and that's what bothers me so much, is it did not have to happen. You know. I understand, Darren. I do. That's what I'm saying, Poopy. Sorry, Pookie. But I didn't mean to say that. If you know you're in a situation where you cannot possibly take care of a baby, and maybe that's what this was, is they knew that they couldn't be parents to this child. And if that's the case, you know, there's so many places you could have taken this child, to a police station, to a hospital, to a fire department, to somebody on the street that would have taken this child somewhere where it needed to go and moved along with your life until you could get yourself together. You know what I mean? It didn't need to turn out like this. That's all I'm saying. It's just so very sad. Again, folks, just to give you the heads up, by the way, for the members that we have in here, guys, again, the Discord is up and running. For those of you that have chose to jump in there, it's great to have you there. And for those of you that want to, it's there and waiting for you guys. You just jump into the comments section of the channel here. There's a link. You should be able to click that and go right into it. Also, just a heads up, Thursday night, tomorrow night, I will be doing the episode 9 of my new series, True Crime, True Stories Behind Hollywood Movies. And tomorrow night, we're doing the movie Veronica. If anybody wants to check the movie out, that way you know what I'm talking about when I do talk about it, the true story. Feel free, go check it out, folks. It's an intense movie. If you guys are into scary movies, it's intense. or horror movies, whatever you want to call it. But it's a good movie, but it is intense. And again, I will be back here tomorrow at between 11:30 a.m. with Mama Bear, and we'll be either jumping back into some of the cases we've been at already, or we will. There are a couple new ones that we're looking at. Miss Heather brought me another one to look at. And if you do have any more details on that one, Heather, I would appreciate you could send me some stuff on it, so me and Mama Bear and everybody that wants to jump into it can look into it, please. Miss Nikki has been reading through a transcript on the Madeline McCann case, so we're going to touch back on that. There's a lot to look at, so pray for her, because there's a lot. So, and thank you so much for that, Nikki. Meanwhile, the rest of us that are on the quote unquote, I call the team that are digging and looking, we're digging and looking, guys, on the stuff we're already talking about. It's all good, Nikki. Don't worry about it. And again, I want to thank the other member of our team is Pamela over in the UK. Again, we have team members all over the place, folks, that are working with us to help bring the stuff to you guys that we do. So Pamela, thank you so much for keeping us up to date with this. As always, we love you to death and appreciate everything you do for us, Pamela. So thank you once again. Everybody that's in here today that's newer, I appreciate each and every one of you guys and hope to see you again. Welcome. Yes, that's it. Thank you, Ms. Heather. Tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here for the true story behind the movie Veronica, folks. It's a crazy one. Absolutely, yes. Thank you, so Pamela. You are a viable part of this team. I tell you all the time. And it keeps us in touch with what's going on in the UK, guys. And I really, I find it important to not just bring the news to you on these cases from over here. You know, it's over there, it's over here, it's in Australia. We got people in Australia that are on this team. It's what we do, guys. We're a voice for the voiceless, you know. And just another case of it today, you know. But I do appreciate everything you all do. My moderators are the best moderators on the planet, folks. They really are. I am I can't even say it enough. They do so much for all of us here. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I really do. Besides that, folks, we've been going for a little while here, so I think it's about time to bring her down. Again, Heather and Nikki, Mama Bear, again, thank you for joining me up here today. Miss Brandy, Miss Pamela, all my team members, my moderators, thank you so much for everything. You guys are absolutely amazing. I couldn't do this without you guys. The rest of you guys, I appreciate everything you do to support this channel more than you guys will ever know. And I am so grateful to have you guys here. Miss Cheryl, hello. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. But besides that, folks, once again, thanks for being here today. I'm sorry it was bad news. I miss Molly. Everything you do, all of you guys, I love you guys to death. I really do. Each and every one of you guys, thank you so much. Guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Absolutely amazing. Say a little prayer for that poor little baby and Constance's family. No worries, Pamela. No worries at all. Absolutely, Mrs. Hammond. Thank you for being here. Have a great rest of your day, folks. I hope to see you so very soon. Don't forget to love yourselves, to love each other, and don't change a thing about yourselves because you are the beautiful people. And guys, I will see you so very soon. Have a great one. Bye-bye.